It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning, and boy, it's mild out there this morning, isn't it? Feels like, I don't know, summertime.
Well, I don't know.
not so much summertime. You don't feel the summer?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
All right, fair enough.
Springish.
Well, I will say that we lost a lot of snow in this little warm-up.
Yeah.
We did.
A lot of snow went down, so. I'm going to ask you used to work for her. Are you surprised Marianne Buttonshaw makes the announcement that she is not running for re-election?
Well, I didn't see it coming. Surprised, I guess, at some point she wasn't, whether it was this year or 10 years from now, she wasn't going to be representing the assembly. But, I didn't see that coming.
She announced
simultaneously, then Joe Bitar announces.
Yeah. She has announced that she will not run for re-election, which does cause a bit of a stir, I guess I would say. I mean, Bitar announcing there most likely will be, I believe there is a Republican that's running that probably would have been running anyway, but that's a decent seat. That's Deerfield, that's Utica, and Rome, and other spots in the area, but that's a pretty big seat.
Unless the district has changed, I think there's a little nook of Herkimer County as well.
Okay.
Just a little corner there.
So, and she has been the only Democrat really to represent the area in a Democratic majority.
Yes.
I can't think of anybody else other than John Mannion, who is who obviously is not in.
Right, he's in
his own minority. Yeah. So that announcement came. Davey, your thoughts on Syracuse last night? Another win, expected to win, and they won.
Yeah, they look good. Donnie Freeman, this team's kind of gelling with Donnie Freeman coming back from the injury.
Yeah,
he's throwing up the threes.
He's able to, the minute a team is, and I realize they're not playing the top echelon of the ACC, but these are games Syracuse wasn't winning. They weren't winning prior to this. So, and every time a team seems to make a run, Freeman all of a sudden takes over.
Yep.
It's fun to watch.
And they're throwing up the threes.
Yeah.
11 last night.
Late. Hate these games that are so late.
Well, next week too, so.
It's again next week, another 9 o'clock game.
Yeah, they play Boston College on Saturday away, and then next week against Virginia Tech, 9 o'clock.
All right, what are you eating, Davey?
Beth brought in some good stuff.
Oh, she did. I see that. What did you bring in, Beth?
Well, it is, according to the calendar, it is winter.
It is winter.
And I'm a big oatmeal fan, so I made some baked oatmeal with some local maple syrup in it today.
That does look really good.
It tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
And some raisins.
I'm sure that's no carb right there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry, I found a low carb blueberry muffin recipe for you.
Oh, you did?
That I'll come
Nice.
in. I'll bring it maybe next week.
But that's all healthy stuff in there. What do you got?
It is. It's all good.
Raisins.
It's oatmeal, raisins, local maple syrup. There's a little bit of butter in there. I use oat milk. They can call for milk. I drink oat milk at home.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see what else is there. A couple of eggs.
Looks really good, and of course the market is
we're in our winter
indoors.
season.
Yeah.
This is an off weekend for us. Our winter season's every other Saturday, so we had our first one this past Saturday. Went very well. We have some wonderful new vendors that are joining us. We encourage people to come down and check out the new guys. And our next one is next week.
This morning, we'll speak with Tanya Powers. Bipartisan lawmakers proposing a bill to block military action against NATO. This is interesting because you not only have Democrats and these Republicans, by the way, who are participating, were scolded by President Trump over their participation. Interesting as you just begin to see a few, not a lot, but a few Republicans walking away. I cannot stomach watching what's going on in Minnesota. If you take the time to look beyond the national news and look to Minnesota news, Minneapolis news, and see what's going on, it reminds me of something you'd see in Nazi Germany. I'm sorry, but it's time people start speaking up. This is not the way our police deals with American citizens and those who are not citizens. It is disgusting. And at some point, people are going to have to stand up to this. This is just, well, they are standing up. And they're being sprayed in the face at close range with tear gas or whatever it is. And in some cases, well, we saw it. Shot right in short range. Please don't tell me today. I've seen every angle of this. I've seen his angle, the cop's angle. He's not a cop. I'm sorry. These are not police officers. Police officers do not treat Americans this way. This ICE agent shot her and did not have to shoot and kill her. I've seen every angle. She was turning away from him. He stepped into the vehicle. And he stepped in and shot her at close range. It's just terrible. So if you don't agree with me, take another look at it and picture your mother sitting in that car. I'm sorry, it's just disgusting. This is not a political thing. It's an American thing. I mean, at what point are Americans going to stand up for Americans here? Well, we're going to get all the Somalians out, these dirty Somalians. This is disgusting. Ray Stajic is on from the Weather Channel. Maybe later I'll tell you how I really feel about it. Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel coming up. Tanya J. Powers in a few minutes. We'll speak with Luke Perry, a political science major, professor. He's actually been teaching overseas and is just recently back in the United States, back at Utica College, and we'll speak with him this morning. Heather Tehan from the Department of Transportation. And there's another one of those bridge hearings that is coming up to talk about construction that's going on in the area. Senator Joe Griffo was in on the state budget yesterday, the State of the State address from Governor Hochul. And we'll speak with Joe Griffo, who'll be with us in the 8 o'clock hour, and Ryan Nobles from NBC. You want to comment on any of that?
No.
Okay. All right. Beth, you want to comment? No. Okay, good. Davey, good. Wearing his Bills hat. Buffalo Bills this weekend, kind of beat up. Davey, they're picking up a few extra players, either off the practice squad or beyond, because there are injuries. How about
we're down to three wide receivers.
How about the receiver who played for the entire second half with a torn ACL? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Gabe Davis?
No, it wasn't Davis.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. He's the one that went out yesterday.
He went out yesterday.
But we're down to three receivers.
Yeah, not good.
So wait, who is it? Keon Coleman?
No,
it's Coleman, Cooks, and Shakir are the three receivers.
They remain. Yeah. Here you have the best quarterback in the NFL, and we barely have any receivers. That's a bit of a problem,
especially against the Broncos.
Let's talk with Tanya Powers from Fox News Radio, who's standing by regarding this proposed bill to block military action against NATO. Can't even believe that we need to do such a thing, but we do. Tanya Powers, good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is a group of lawmakers that includes Democrats from Massachusetts. Bill Keating, the representative there, is leading the legislation, along with Democrats Steny Hoyer, Brendan Boyle, as well as Republican Don Bacon of Nebraska. This is, according to the statement that they put out about it, it says this is about our fundamental shared goals and our fundamental security, not just in Europe, but in the United States itself. They are trying to get more support for the legislation, and they're hoping that more Republicans will back them to restrict funding for any unauthorized military action against U.S. allies. The Keating says it takes a clear stand against such action and further supports NATO allies and partners. That's what this is. It does not specifically say Greenland, but it is clearly in response to the threats by the president against Greenland.
Which, by the way, the Speaker of the House yesterday said this is a story that's being made up in the media. So what are you doing making this up for? Why are you?
Well, we were out of other things to talk about.
I figured.
So
I figured.
We figured we'd better get on something. So hey, this looked like a good story. I'm kidding. This is for anybody who's lacking their caffeine this morning. This is a joke. No, this is not being made up by the media. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what media outlets he's listening to, but no, this is actually happening.
And I got to tell you, I'm coming in a little pissed off today because I woke up early to watching videos from Minneapolis. So I find it ironic that the president of the United States is telling the people of Iran to get out into the streets and to protest while we shoot and spray tear gas in the faces and beat and break into homes and break windows in cars and try to squelch protesters in Minneapolis. I do not understand how he's okay with the Iranian protesters, but protesters in the United States are being abused. I can't understand that. And you don't have to comment on that. I'm just venting. Sorry.
No, it is a dichotomy for sure. It is one of those things that you're not the first person who has pointed that out. At least not that I've seen on social media and kind of colloquially. So no, you're pointing out something that I've heard other people say as well. Yeah.
Okay, Tanya. Interesting times. That's all I can say. Interesting times that we live in today. Mm-hmm. So have a wonderful day. Thank you. We'll do it again soon.
Sure. Thank you.
Tanya J. Powers. This is what I shouldn't do is I shouldn't wake up early because I can't sleep and start watching videos from anywhere, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of tough to watch. But, hey, if we're okay with this because of those dirty liberals, they deserve it. They have no police. They have no valid police enforcement in Minneapolis, so they need this. Then I guess we as Americans are A-OK with this. Seems like we are. A quick break, and we'll speak with Ray Stagik coming up in a second from the Weather Channel. I believe Anne in Rome has said that this is the anniversary of the 1966 blizzard. Anybody remember that here? I don't think any of us are.
I barely remember that. I do remember it.
Yeah.
I remember having snowbanks in front of the house. Almost
I
as
remember
tall
that
as the house.
in the 70s. I certainly do. In 66, I was 2, almost 2. I was 1 in a little bit.
We had just moved into upstate New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look at the beautiful snow, right? But Ann has some memories of that she's going to call in and chat about coming up here. 6:34 at WIBX.
Bill, we have mostly cloudy skies, 38 degrees. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 6:35. Human rights activists say over 2,500 people have been killed by Iranian authorities in the crackdown against the massive protests sweeping that country. President Trump is calling off meetings with Iranian officials as the deadly protests continue in the country. In a Truth Social post, Trump told Iranians help is on its way and to keep protesting. The post comes as Iran is expected today to hang the first protester involved in that movement. The Homeland Security presence in Minnesota is dwarfing the Twin Cities' largest police forces. 1,000 new federal agents could soon be operating in Minnesota, which would be bigger than the 10 largest metro police departments combined. The increased federal presence is happening a week after the deadly shooting of Renee Good by an ICE officer. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry called the scale of the enforcement surge wildly disproportionate. NASA is preparing for its first ever medical evaluation from the International Space Station. The 4 members of the crew are expected to undock from the ISS later today, with splashdown set for Thursday morning off the coast of California. Preliminary numbers are showing a drop in Obamacare enrollment. According to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, 22.8 million consumers signed up for the 2026 individual market health insurance compared to 23.6 million consumers who enrolled around this time last year. Consumers have until January 15th to sign up for ACA marketplace plans, but several states have announced deadline extensions. And musician John Forte is dead at the age of 50. Famous for his collaborations with the Fugees, he died at his home in Massachusetts on Monday. The cause of death is unclear, but no foul play is expected. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM, news time 6:37. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Snow coming back after we get a few rain showers today, 43. And a winter weather advisory kicks in this evening through Friday morning as rain showers over to all snow later tonight and tomorrow. Scattered snow showers tonight and tomorrow with the gusty winds will make it a little tricky out there. We could see a few inches of snowfall. Right now, I think it's going to be a general 2 to 4 with more of the North Country. Still a chance of some snow showers Friday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy and 38 at 6:38.
I got a comment from Easy and Illian. I'm sorry, Jeff, I can't take Bill anymore today. Well, let me translate that. I can't handle the truth. I'm going to continue to put my head in the sand and allow the horrible things that are happening to fellow Americans outside of New York State. So I'm signing off. I can't listen anymore. Well, Easy, farewell. 8, 9, 10 at 6:38. Coming up, we'll speak with Ray Stagik from the Weather Channel at WIBX.
Byrna was recently ranked number 10 on Forbes' list of the 100 most successful small-cap American companies for the year 2025. Now, that is a recognition earned by solving real problems for real people. And their mission is simple, designed to stop, not kill, non-lethal force, BYRNA.com. Byrna creates launchers for everyone in the family. The newest Byrna, compact, it's small enough to fit in a pocket or a purse, yet powerful enough to deliver real stopping power even 60 feet out. It gives you confidence to defuse a dangerous situation without having to resort to lethal force. I carry one every day, and I believe that every family and family member should have Byrna within their reach. Now, it fires potent kinetic, tear gas, and pepper ammo rounds that can disable any attacker for up to 30 or 40 minutes. Law enforcement agencies all across the country now use Byrna technology. Just visit BYRNA.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's Byrna.com.
Hey, man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining, though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh, well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business, too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. mylocalcustomers.com.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center. We're the members of IBEW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I make my living on the radio. Talking about stuff you already know. Politics, potholes, ice and snow. We got dirty laundry in Utica wrong. We got the council members being sued. KDILO's not being rude. She's just questioning the mayor's every move. I think she wants to be the mayor someday soon. And then they kick her when they up, kick her when they're down, kick her when they're running for mayor in town, kick her when they're right, kick her when they're wrong. We just love that dirty laundry song. Ken Rocha taking down the GOP, making money off you and me. He wants county leaders kissing his ring. He thinks he's Trump now, that's a dream. You don't really need to know the truth. Just need a click and a juicy scoop. Tell a lie over and over again. People start to think the lies you tell are real. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. Kick 'em on Gina C, kick 'em here in town. Kick 'em when they're caught with their pants down. We love our dirty laundry in this little town. So listen to what I say. When some a-hole gets in your face, tries to tell you the smut they spew is absolutely the freaking truth. Just look them in the eye, then walk away. You deny your dirty laundry won't work with me. You're a loser on your best day. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. Kick 'em on Gina C, kick 'em here in town. Kick 'em when they're caught with their pants down. We love our dirty laundry in this little town. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down. Kick 'em on Gina C, kick 'em here in town. Kick 'em when they're caught with their pants down. We love our dirty laundry in this little town.
Boom. A little Katie Aiello in there, a little county GOP in there, a little bit of action this morning. 6:43. Ray Stajic is from the Weather Channel, of course. That's where we get our weather, and he's on the line right now. Ray, I find it to be a little mild out there this morning. Kind of nice.
Yeah, well, depends on who you're speaking to. I got a
That's
trip
true.
coming up next week.
You're right.
Yeah. Better start getting a little colder, and it will, but right now you scan across the area and you're kind of like, doesn't feel like what, January 14th?
Right. And we really, in this little warm-up, we've lost a lot of snow.
Yeah, well, you got to go up, really, you got to get on the hill, and that's where there is actually snow that's staying on the ground, but a lot of grass and bare ground in spots too. Not good, but things will be changing. This morning, seeing temperatures close to 40 degrees. I mean, even as you get into the Adirondack State Park, still looking at 40-degree numbers up in and around Watertown and even Old Forge and Big Moose, those areas. So mild, but I think it's coming to an end and maybe more cold than anything else for, Bill, I don't like to do it, go out too far beyond 3 to 5 days, but maybe even for the rest of the month. Looks like it'll be more cold than it will be mild, so that's good news. I think we've had our thaw, hopefully, for the winter weather enthusiasts, that the mild weather is, at least long-term mild weather, is over with.
Yeah. It does look like, the mild weather is over, and when you look to your long-range forecast, I see nothing but teens and 20s for highs. It looks cold. It looks like winter a little bit.
Some sub-zeros in there as well coming up.
Overnight,
Yeah, we get into late weekend next week. There'll be several days where we'll be below zero in many places. Might even get below zero here. We'll see. In the Adirondacks especially, you know how that goes. The normally colder places. Officially, one of the recording stations, Saranac Lake, is traditionally a colder spot. Watertown, those places, it will get cold, and it looks like it's going to stay. Even got a winter weather advisory. That does include Oneida County, so it's in effect this evening until 7 a.m. Friday morning. So after the cold front comes in, we get a little bit of rain as we go through today, early tonight, then eventually a transition on over to snow and snow showers. There'll be some lake enhancements. So as you get into the North Country, the more favored lake effect areas may actually end up with 6+ inches of snowfall. But we could even see by tomorrow morning an inch or two on the ground, and maybe a 2 to 4 inch event here through most of Oneida County And most of the area, as you get into, as we had said, some of the higher elevations into the Adirondacks, especially, maybe 6+ inches of snowfall. That'll be good news for them.
And the wind will get into this a little bit.
Yep.
Good times.
Gusty winds, and it's probably going to look like it's snowing harder than it may actually be tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning's commute could be on the messy side and the slippery side, because temperatures are going to fall too, with some bursts of heavier snow at times. The timing, it couldn't be worse. It's really going to be as we head toward 4 to about 7, 8 a.m., and then taper off a little bit as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, and then we'll still see some scattered snow showers, but that'll be more localized. You might get a little bit, you might get a little bit less, some may get more, and then we'll trend toward as we go through the weekend. By the way, extended holiday weekend for many. We got another quick little clipper coming through. That's going to be sometime late Friday night into Saturday, and over the weekend we'll see more scattered snow showers. Now, the guidance, both the American model and the European model, as we head toward Monday, trying to develop a coastal low, but right now keeping that offshore. So we will keep our eyes on that. And then back behind that, early next week, we've got another blast of Arctic air coming in by Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Much colder air. Those are the nights where we'll be down below zero. There's a chance in some spots, we're talking about, Bill, the favored lake effect areas. We could see another multiple-day lake effect snow event. Not ready to throw out totals, but we could see more lake effect snow showers depending on where those bands set up. And I think we're going to stay cold right on through most of next week and maybe even in through the rest of the month. There might be a brief little warm-up toward the end of the month, but the good news is I see a lot of cold over the next several days, maybe even the next 2 weeks.
Why do I think your trip to snow and snowmobiling is going to be A-OK?
I hope so. We do need snow. I'll be cruising through town around Tuesday. Going to be there Tuesday to Friday, so I'm hoping for good things.
All right. Well, if the snow isn't there, just snowmobile over into our parking lot and join us in the morning one day. So
we'll do that.
Feel free.
All right.
We'll have the hot chocolate or whatever rolling here. So, all right. Good stuff, Ray. Thanks.
Okay.
Ray Stajic with the Weather Channel. Does that make you happy? Are either one of you? I know you. Winter lover? No. Sorry.
It comes and goes. I don't mind the winter. We live in the part of the country where if you have a problem with winter, you need to move. But I'm not a snowmobiler. I'm not a downhill skier. I'm not, I'm an occasional snowshoer.
When you have to, when you got to go to the mailbox. How about the story yesterday? What do we know on the latest from the so it was a construction elevator, a lift, if you will, that they were trying to dismantle and take down, and it came crashing down this came at the very point the Turning Stone had just announced that they were accepting reservations for the Crescent Hotel, which is the new hotel going up at the Turning Stone. And Manaski, what do we know this morning after that?
They were removing an exterior construction elevator when it collapsed. All of the victims were taken to nearby hospitals. No word on the severity of injuries at this point. Work is currently underway on a hotel expansion and the casino, which is expected to be completed later this year, which, as you mentioned, I think they just announced also.
Just announced yesterday.
Had a schedule.
Ahead of schedule. It'll be opening up in June. And they just began taking reservations for the hotel, obviously beginning in June. But so if you were having an event or you wanted to plan a convention, they can now handle huge conventions once this thing is all completely open.
Wedding reception, that kind of thing.
So you can begin booking that stuff now. And this all came yesterday, right as that story was breaking, that they were ahead of the game. And terrible story. A guy in Florida stopped traffic on Sunday and saved 2 kids who were wandering out. Did you see the video of this? These 2, not just kids, but toddlers that were wandering out into the highway at Cocoa Beach. John Brittingham was in his car when he saw 2 toddlers in the middle of the road. And this is a road where people do probably 50 miles an hour back and forth. And these 2 little toddlers are wandering right in the middle of the highway. He got them back home. after he noticed an open gate nearby. The family had no idea their kids had wandered off. Holy moly.
I was terrified. If anything would have happened to him, the rest of my life would have been ruined. So I immediately pulled over there, and I ran out of the car, and one of them was already to the middle of the road, and I grabbed that one first, and then the second one I just picked up. She was ready, and I got him off the road. An elderly couple and a young girl, and I, immediately they went into like, oh my God, we're so sorry. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just glad I could get them back to you. And they were out in the road, and your gate was open.
The gate was open.
Yeah,
We had no idea.
That's terrifying. I guess the other part that's terrifying is then they go back home.
Yeah,
Right. That was my first thought.
What's going on here? How would that even happen? Well, we put them in the backyard. They were fine. We thought everything was okay. I got to say, in Florida, wouldn't you? I mean, I'd be worried. You leave the kids out there, you get an alligator jumping in your backyard.
Or even just like, I remember when my daughter was little, we had a fenced-in backyard.
Yeah.
I put her out there to play. I'm still walking by a window every 5
You're
to 10
watching.
minutes watching.
Yeah. A customer in Connecticut was attacked with bear spray while entering a restaurant. It was apparently unprovoked. Here's Jeriel Morales, a Cha Papi employee. That's the name of the restaurant. I'm sure I didn't pronounce it right. Here's what happened there.
When it's like a gas type bombing, you really don't know what it is, so you just got to dip and pray it's nothing too serious. We have like bleach, Windex, everything. We pretty much didn't know what we were working with at that time, so we just completely did a whole disinfectation because, obviously we work with food. We're a mom and pop pastry place.
I just don't get what happened there. Somebody got...
Doesn't really explain what happened. He talked about the disinfectation after the use of the spray, whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, that spray is very much like pepper spray or something, or tear gas. You're gonna smell it for a while. It's gonna burn your eyes for a while.
Yeah, and then I've heard when you shower, it kind of reignites the water, reactivates, and you kind of burn parts of your body, your skin,
and if
your
you
eyes
inhale
again.
it, you got it in the back of your throat and in your lungs.
A new study shows that 80% of Americans double dip into guacamole because it's simply too good to resist.
Okay. This story is brought to you by the Guacamole Foundation
I
of
believe it
America.
might be, or the avocado.
The Anti-Double Dippers Association.
The avocado lobby.
It's like we do double dip, but I do it because the guacamole is so good. You can't help yourself. Well, that's terrible. I mean, I don't think anybody wants. Right?
What were the numbers on ranch dipping sauce?
Gotta wonder. Although what is the there's a really good onion dip that we get, French onion dip.
I'm a French onion dip.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to walk away from that. Scott Adams.
It's really good. Is it like hell of a good dip?
Hell of a good. That's what it is. It's hell of a good. Scott Adams, the creator of the comic strip Dilbert, died yesterday. He'd been battling prostate cancer. He was 68 years old. Here's one of his video cartoon shorts. Dilbert eats breakfast with his talking dog. Here we go.
Is there more to life than just working?
Yes. There's also the complaining about work, the nightly periods of unconsciousness, and sweet, sweet death.
Maybe I should have kids.
To share the joy.
Well, there you go. Passed away. And, prostate cancer is one of those, if it's caught, the survival rate is really good. But even beyond that, usually it's a very slow-moving cancer, and they say you won't die from prostate cancer. You'll die from something else before you die of prostate cancer, unless you have the kind that is moving really quickly, and that can be a killer. So I imagine maybe that's what went down. Quick break, and we'll come back here. It's the 6:50. We have comments. We'll get in there, and I have a few that we'll get to coming up at WIBX.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the costs of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some big wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Need a shower pan for your mobile home? John's Mobile Home Parts in Oriskany Falls has everything. Sick of stepping over your tub? Replace with a shower pan. They've got those too at John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories, Skyline Drive, Oriskany Falls, on Facebook or johnsmobilehomeparts.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
So listen, people of all ages are dealing with pain, hip pain, knee pain, back pain, stemming from where? Where does it come from? Believe it or not, from your feet. It could very well be the way you walk, and the way to fix it is the Good Feet store. You can walk in or hobble in, however you're doing it, for a free, no obligation, personalized fitting. It's absolutely free. No appointment is needed. And they'll show you how you can improve your step, improve your walk with their 3-step system. Strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. 3 categories of arch support. They go right into your regular shoes, or you can buy shoes from them. It's the Good Feet Stores, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford, 315-999-3910. The Good Feet Store in New Hartford. Some comments.
Let's see here. Jawick says, if there are 10 views of the lady being shot and some have been edited, how do you know which ones are real? Also, I think
you know what's real. You know what's real because you know where it's coming from. If it's coming from an authentic source, you know it's real. Okay. I don't know why you're laughing.
Also, I think your face and Jeff's face both look awesome. You both look good.
We do. Beautiful.
Thank you. Good morning, Jawick. I appreciate that.
I was going to not shave today because normally we can it's just a long shot. But today I'm like, well, I guess with the close-up, I have no choice. Mike this morning says, I remember the blizzard of 68. School was closed for the entire week. As a kid, it was glorious playing outside in the snow. As an adult, not so much.
Not so much.
We have news coming right up. Stand by. More comments on the other side.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
It's been a week since the ICE shooting in Minneapolis. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and the protests over Renee Good's death rage on.
Agents used flashbangs last night to deter protesters outside of the federal facility that ICE is using as a detention center. Protesters taunt officers day and night at this location, even launching fireworks at them. And when it turns violent, federal officers use crowd control tactics and take people into custody.
Fox's Matt Finn also reports from Minneapolis.
There were a number of sudden resignations inside the U.S. Attorney's office here, including Joe Thompson. He is the second man in charge here.
And the New York Times reports they were being pushed to investigate the widow of Renee Good. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, a Democrat, talked to Fox and Friends in an interview that'll air next hour.
Do you support abolishing ICE?
I do not support abolishing ICE.
But Fry has told agents to get the bleep out of his city, claiming their conduct is unconstitutional. Iran continues to crack down on protests with plans for fast trials and executions. A U.S. human rights group says more than 2,500 have been killed already. President Trump tells CBS News.
When they start killing thousands of people and now you're telling me about hanging, we'll see how that works out for them. It's not going to work out good.
He's told protesters help is on its way, even considering military action. More than a week after the U.S. operation in Venezuela ousted leader Nicolas Maduro.
Fox confirms the release in Venezuela of at least 4 American citizens who'd been imprisoned under President Maduro's regime. The new interim government has been releasing prisoners as a peace gesture following Maduro's capture to face drug trafficking charges in the U.S.
Fox's Chris Foster. 2 actors are in trouble. Timothy Busfield jailed in New Mexico after turning himself in to face child sex charges he calls lies, denying allegations of abusing twin boys on the set of a TV show Busfield was directing. Kiefer Sutherland arrested in Los Angeles early Monday on suspicion of threatening the driver of a rideshare vehicle. America's listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. I'm Michael Naranjo, and I'm a veteran. Today, I'm a sculptor. My fingers are my eyes.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
With DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark, which controls the icy territory, hold talks today with Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Washington, pushing back on President Trump's push to take over Greenland for national security reasons. Could former President Clinton and ex-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton be held in contempt of Congress? That may be coming as they refuse to go to Capitol Hill to answer questions before a Republican-led committee in a probe into Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking of underage girls. Democrats on that committee also refused to show up.
One day after former President Bill Clinton didn't appear for a deposition with the House Oversight Committee, Hillary Clinton is expected to do the same today. Chairman James Comer says the committee will hold a markup on holding the former president in contempt of Congress next week.
Jeffrey Epstein visited the White House 17 times while Bill Clinton was president.
The scheduled testimony is part of the committee's investigation into the late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. A lawyer for the Clintons says the former first family has already provided all the information they have on Epstein. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down the day after a sell-off. There are now 9 NFL teams looking for a new head coach.
The longest tenured head coach in major American professional sports is walking away. Mike Tomlin stepped down Tuesday after 19 seasons as head coach of the Steelers, during which Pittsburgh never had a losing season. Tomlin, who has 2 years remaining on his contract, informed Steelers players of his decision less than 24 hours after losing in the wild-card round to the Texans. Tomlin led the Steelers to a Super Bowl championship, 8 AFC North titles, and 13 playoff appearances, though the postseason success came early on in his career.
That's Fox's Joe Morgan. In college basketball, an upset second-ranked Iowa State loses its first game of the season, blown out by Kansas 84-63. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Cloudy skies, 38 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. Could see a system moving into the area that would bring a few inches of snowfall by tomorrow morning. A closer look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Testimony will resume today in the manslaughter trial of ex-Marcy Correctional Facility officer Michael Fisher. He's accused of standing in the doorway of an infirmary and not doing anything to prevent fellow officers from beating inmate Robert Brooks to death in 2024. Brooks later died. Prosecutors say while Fisher never touched Brooks, he had a duty to stop the attack. Fisher's attorney claims his client didn't have any idea the assault would be fatal. If convicted, Fisher faces up to 15 years in prison. An investigation continuing into what caused a crane accident at Turning Stone Resort Casino. Yesterday, crews were removing an exterior construction elevator when it collapsed. All of the victims were taken to nearby hospitals. No word on how badly they were injured. Work is currently underway on a hotel expansion at the casino that's expected to be completed later this year. Governor Kathy Hochul pledging to make things more affordable across New York State. During her State of the State address yesterday, she laid out plans to invest in lowering the cost of childcare, helping people save on utility bills, plus bringing down expensive auto insurance rates. The governor also wants to crack down on ghost guns made with 3D printers and launch new online protections for kids. It'll be up to state lawmakers to decide if any of those proposals pass. The state budget deadline is April 1st. A member of President Trump's cabinet is expected to be at a groundbreaking ceremony for Micron Technology. On Friday, the company will officially start work at the site of its chip-making complex at the White Pine Commerce Park in Clay. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick is among the officials who are going to be on hand at the event. His department will be responsible for overseeing the up to $20 billion in tax subsidies for the project. And Assemblywoman Marianne Buttonshaw announcing that she will not seek re-election to her 119th District Assembly seat. She sent out a statement on Tuesday announcing that she would not seek the post again. She's been a representative in the State Assembly since January of 2019. Meanwhile, Joe Bitar, an attorney and Utica councilman, has announced his bid for that seat. He currently represents Utica's 3rd Ward on the Common Council, where he's focused on constituent services and fiscal oversight. Bitar says in addition to his legislative role, he serves as an attorney with the New York State Unified Court System. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08. Here's a look at a sloppy Weather Center forecast.
Snow coming back after we get a few rain showers today, 43. And a winter weather advisory kicks in this evening through Friday morning as rain showers over to all snow later tonight and tomorrow. Scattered snow showers tonight and tomorrow with the gusty winds will make it a little tricky out there. We could see a few inches of snowfall. Right now, I think it's going to be a general 2 to 4 with more of the North Country. Still a chance of some snow showers Friday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies, 38 degrees at 7:09. All right, in sports, Donnie Freeman had 25 points and 8 boards, leading Syracuse to a win over Florida State late at the Dome last night. 94-86 your final. Syracuse now 12-5 overall. They improved to 3-1 in ACC play. Syracuse, a hot hand last night as they made 11 three-pointers. Their highest so far this season, their highest total so far this season. Mike Tomlin out in Pittsburgh. It's by his own hand, though. Owner Art Rooney saying that Tomlin informed him of his decision to step down in a meeting on Tuesday. He's coached the Steelers for 19 seasons. Of course, this follows Monday night's tough loss at home against the Houston Texans, where Pittsburgh was ousted in the AFC wildcard playoff round. The Eagles making a change at offensive coordinator. He's not fired, Kevin Patullo, that is, but he's being demoted. ESPN says the team is still open to keeping the 44-year-old Patullo on the coaching staff. He led a mediocre offense to just over 22 points per game during this past regular season, which ranked 19th in the league. Jackson Dart, one of 6 candidates nominated for the Pepsi Zero Sugar NFL Rookie of the Year award. The winner will be selected by a fan vote that runs through January 30th. Baseball news, Bill, another offer on the table for one of the top free agents in the majors. Multiple reports say outfielder Kyle Tucker has been offered a short-term deal by the New York Mets that's believed to be worth $50 million per season. He declined a qualifying offer by the Chicago Cubs after the regular season. And in the NBA, the Knicks visit the Kings tonight. The Nets will take on the Pelicans tonight.
How do you feel about that?
That's a lot of money, but at least they're looking to, they got
to rebuild this team.
Right. And Tucker's obviously is one of the top available free agents. A great bat, a lefty bat. We do need a right-handed bat, but he'll make up for some of the offense we're going to lose without Pete Alonso.
State Department of Transportation hosting a public information meeting on a bridge and culvert replacement project in the town of Kirkland, and it happens coming up on the 23rd, which is a week from this Friday. And we'll speak with Heather Tehan, Public Information Officer of the DOT, coming up in a second. Also, later this hour, Luke Perry from Utica University, as Stefan corrected me. It's not Utica College, Utica University, all coming up in a little bit. And what can people expect, Beth, when they go to the public market? Now, this is an off week this week. Next week, what can people expect when they come out? 9 a.m. until 1 p.m.
9 to 1 in the Union Station main lobby. We do have a good amount of your old favorites. You know, we've got some farmers that stick with us through the winter, but we've got some great new additions. One of my favorite ones that just started with us, I think they kind of dabbled in us last winter and ended up staying for the summer and now through this winter again, is Riverbend Apiary, which is in Barneville. If you like honey, they make a wonderful creamed honey, and now they're expanding into flavored creamed honeys, which is great for cooking and being a little bit experimental with things.
The hot honey is
they have a jalapeno honey, a lemon honey, a cinnamon honey, which is great. But we have recently welcomed some new vendors. We have one that does dog treats. That's going to expand into some human treats in the next week or so.
Right.
And we have the Village Graze, which is a brick and mortar in the village of Clinton, who's kind of expanding into the farmers market arena. And she offers some wonderful little tidbits that you can walk around and munch on, or if you have enough willpower, save it till you get home and have it as a dessert for a meal at home. Let's see, who else do we have? We've got a number of ones that are coming up. Some new ones that are coming up. Hopefully we're going to have bagels back at the market.
Okay.
We did have Wake and Bagels with us for a number of years. They were a fabulous bagel producer, Pat and his family. They recently opened this past year down in the village of Frankfort in the Marina area, a brick and mortar, and they cannot make bagels fast enough.
Yeah, and that marina is really nice.
It's an up-and-coming area,
yeah.
And oftentimes it hurts the market to lose somebody as good as Wake and Bagels, but that's part of what we do. We offer ourselves as a business incubator so we can help these companies
kind of
get themselves
so busy
it gets them established,
they can't
helps
do the
them
market.
cover their customer, build their customer base. And when they can take that step, we can support them in that. So
it's 9 until 1 every other Saturday.
Yep.
This is an off Saturday, so next weekend. At the at Union Station, the train station. Coming up. Go ahead.
And check everything out at either oneidacountypublicmarket.com or follow us on social media.
Quickly, more comments. Chuck Lester. All I'll say is I could not disagree with Bill Moore on his truth. Feelings don't equal facts. Obey the law.
Obey the law or we're going to shoot you in the face. Yep, you're absolutely right. That's how we deal with Americans. These are not police officers. Your police officer, your local police officer, if they were to even spray, I mean, they're spraying to just people who, and I understand that people are annoying, they're protesters, their communities being invaded. Families they're not taking out rapists and murderers and killers. We're well past that. Maybe in some cases you're finding a criminal here and there, but they're just going after everybody. This is not what we were told they were going to do. Well, listen, they're breaking the law if they're here illegally. Yeah, for 30 years they've been living on a temporary visa, and we are now basically making those visas expired. I just don't know that this is this may be your America. If this is what you want America to be, that's perfectly fine. That we are, at least for now, we're a democracy or a republic. But it's not the America that I was brought up believing, that we aren't enough, I guess, of this melting pot. This melting pot experiment is something that we're completely giving up on. You're being told they're murderers and rapists. They're not. There's no evidence of that. There's no proof of that. They're going after people. Did you see the Uber video that was out from over the weekend? This is just a person waiting to pick up his next ride, and completely harassed. Imagine being walked up to. You're an American citizen, being walked up to and asked to prove citizenship, or else they're going to, and if you don't, they're going to take you. I mean, that's America. This is the America that we built 250 years worth. I'm sorry, it's not for me. Not for me.
And then
so, Chuck, I can tell you, if an alien police officer were to treat these people the way these ICE agents are treating people, that alien police officer would be fired. State police, Utica police, I don't care what police agency, you take any police officer and let them look at the videos of what is happening in Minneapolis, and they will tell you they would never do that in their community.
And I would ask just one question. Does anybody have a local law enforcement officer that goes to work with a mask on?
Yeah, the mask thing.
What is up with that?
I get it. The reasoning for the mask is because they don't want people seeing their face. They don't want someone coming.
Because they don't want to be targeted?
Because they don't want to be targeted. And I believe that is the reason. But again, you don't see that in your local police department. All right, sorry.
Unrelated, Mark says, according to Google, the 66 snowstorm occurred on
Later of the month.
1/31. Yeah.
29th through the. It was a week-long event, right? School was closed for a week. Well, I was 1 year and 1 month old, so I don't know much about it either. But and then let's see, I've got one more comment here that I wanted to squeeze in, and I'm not reading yours. We'll just go back and forth. We're better off not going back and forth because I don't agree with you on this. I'm sorry. Mike, you're a little fiery today. You must have put mustard in Beth's muffins this morning. Was there mustard in those muffins?
Nope, not in this. Not in this batch.
Little hot sauce?
Actually, a little maple syrup to sweeten you up.
Hold on. Heather Tehan from the DOT is up next to WIBX.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Whistle and the world will be. They've been a driving force in roots music for nearly 3 decades, and they're coming to the Stanley Theater in Utica. Yonder Mountain String Band takes the stage on Thursday, February 5th at 8 p.m. They're kicking off a new chapter with their new album, Nowhere Next, the follow-up to their Grammy-nominated Get Yourself Outside, featuring Utica area native Nick Piccinini. Yonder Mountain String Band at the Stanley Theater, February 5th at 8 p.m. For tickets, go to thestanley.org, Ticketmaster.com, or call 315-724-4000.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
We've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays, but now we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com, or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, are now available at Wegmans.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
It's the NFL Conference Championships Tailgate Party. Sunday, January 25th, 1 till 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer. A full tailgate buffet, drinks, multiple TVs, and over 50 auction prizes like New York Giants tickets, 5 tickets to a Buffalo Bills game, plus a pair of tickets to see Jimmy Taylor. February 7th at the Rome Capitol. $30 tickets benefit the Great American Heart Running Walk, Little Falls Hospital, Herkimer County Humane Society, and Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Sunday, January 25th, 1 to 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer from WIBX 950 at 92.3 FM. Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, portions of the program brought to you by Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. They're creating the ultimate customer experience that continues to be their #1 goal, which is why they select their best late model Mazdas to become Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles, offering an award-winning Mazda at a tremendous value with a 160-point inspection and balance of the 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. If you need a lower payment, as they say, let's make your deal on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle where it's always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. In studio right now is Heather Tehan. Heather, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's tilt that up a little bit. Dave, you got to keep your eye on this.
How's that?
That's really good. Thank you. Okay, so let's first of all talk about your event that is coming up, the public hearing.
Yes. So we've got 2 public meetings coming up in the month of January. The first is January 23rd, and that is for a project in the town of Kirkland to replace it's a bridge replacement and culvert replacement along Route 12B in the town of Kirkland, just south. It's right near the fishing access between Route 233 and Furnace Road.
Yep, know where that is.
So this is our first public meeting for that project. It's not happening anytime soon. The project is expected to be start in 2027.
So what do people learn? You're gonna talk about what the closure will be like.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the detour. There is going to be a detour utilizing 233, 412, and 12B to get around, so that we can get it done in one season, and give people an idea of what we're replacing, what it's going to look like, the plot map. We're also adding a little bit of trail for the Kirkland Trail to connect that across the bridge for increased pedestrian and cycling.
Okay.
So that there's a lot to it.
Is there a flooding problem there?
So we are increasing hydraulic capacity.
Okay.
Anytime that we look at these bridges and culverts now, it's all about how can we make it safer, how can we prolong the life of the structure, and how can we increase hydraulic capacity.
Okay.
A lot of times with these public information meetings as well, there's information for people whose properties are near the construction project because sometimes they're impacted as well.
Yes. In this one, we don't have any residential impacts at all because the footprint of the project doesn't include a house.
Is this a particular project here, is this just scheduled maintenance, or it didn't have the capacity and maybe was damaged by a previous storm?
It is to address hydraulic capacity, so there has been some issues with flooding in that area. But again, it's near the fishing access, so it's not anything that's damaged any property, any homes or anything like that. But definitely something that we're addressing is the hydraulic.
You won't be starting this project on April 1st?
No.
Okay.
Not this one.
Well, it's first day of fishing.
All right, exactly.
Oh, is that right? That's right.
That's fishing.
Yes, it is.
The first day of fishing season.
I'm trying to think of those things that are coming up that get us through the winter. It's like the Masters is just around the corner.
Oh, that's true. They're playing the commercials now.
They're already playing the commercials. So pitchers and catchers will be reporting soon. I don't know when.
About a month from today.
Yeah,
whatever it takes to get through the season.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because I got to say we're a little more mild today, but it's going to be cold for probably the rest of the month. It looks like it's going to be pretty cold. So
yeah, so snow and ice is a big thing that we deal with. Yeah.
And obviously, this time of year, you have a certain group of employees that are always on call.
Correct.
It seems.
Yeah. So we have our operations crews work 2 shifts, and so we're 24/7, and they're out there. And when they're not needed to be on the road specifically, they're doing other things like maintenance on the trucks and things like that to make sure that everything's running smoothly when we do have big events.
Are you guys using? Is it I know you've been asked this before, but and I know you're testing. You're doing an actual test in some spots with the brine. But do you use sand, salt, or is it a combination of the two?
So we use salt.
Okay.
We use salt and we use our brine. Brine is we can't use it if it's too cold. You got to go back to rock salt if it's too cold. The brine won't work.
It doesn't.
Right. So there's limits to that. But that's why our trucks read the pavement temperature. They read everything as they're going down there, so they can make these decisions on the go as needed. From one side of the beat to the other.
They read the temperature.
Yeah, so there's air temperature and then there's surface temperature of the
did not
pavement.
know that.
And so there's a device that shoots down and reads the temperature of the pavement.
Okay.
So we have a lot of cool tools. We have a lot of cool stuff.
Was there a story just recently where a plow driver got mad at somebody and ran into their vehicle? Was that a local story or is that an out-of-town story? Did you see it?
No.
I saw the headline. I didn't get into the story.
It can't be
much.
One of ours.
It was. I don't believe it was a state.
Bad timing on dropping that bomb.
Yeah, I don't believe it was a state plow.
Yeah.
But are you finding the story?
No,
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. In the last couple of days, there's a story out there with that. And then Culver Ave, you mentioned that.
So Culver Ave was supposed to be closed for 3 weeks and reopened Thanksgiving. We ran into the contractor ran into some issues, and it reopened yesterday. So that ramp is now open. Everything's good to go. And
right, that
closure
is
closed.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's done.
Oh, boy.
All right, here's what happened in this story. I'm going to ask you.
I'm sorry. So this is it was not intentional. This was at the beginning of December. This particular story on Tuesday, well, this was the first week of December, one of our plow trucks.
The story that I had was intentional.
There was
a little road rage incident going on.
One of our plow trucks involved in a crash on State Route 80 in the town of Sherburne, Shenango County. Thankfully, no one was injured. And they have video here from the truck of
this story.
I do know this.
An SUV coming around the bend, losing control.
Yeah, a little fast.
So the vehicle approaching was the SUV. The plow driver was able to stop. There were some questions in the comments, of course, about why didn't the plow driver do more to avoid it. That's all he can do at that point when a car's coming at him.
Well, you got a large vehicle, not easy to
Why didn't he do more?
maneuver.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the comments
what could he have done?
Well, he could have moved in the other lane, but if you watch the video, there's a
no
tractor
other
trailer
lane.
coming right behind the SUV.
Where did the video come from? Did the video come from the plow?
From the dash of the plow.
Wow, so you guys have cameras on the plows.
We have cameras on the
Smart.
plows.
So you have
We capture
pictures of me.
everything.
You have pictures of me passing you. Great. That's just
Well,
great.
and it does look like the SUV fishtailed a little bit because they were trying to either slow down or stop.
Here's the thing with
It's unfortunate in these conditions.
We think that with an SUV or a truck that you can go as fast and you don't. I mean, you feel invincible.
I know.
Ice is ice.
That's right.
That's
it.
all
Ice
there
is
is to
very
it.
slippery, and and the other part is that's all fine and dandy that you're going that fast, and good luck hitting the brakes.
Exactly.
Right.
You've got to be in control of your vehicle at all times.
To the point of the criticism to the plow truck driver, I do believe there's an option where you go and you just kind of suck it in. And
I guess.
And
it's
you
like
just
sucking the
brace
chair
yourself.
off
Yep,
so
you
somebody
brace
can get by.
yourself.
Brace
I think
yourself.
the truck, if it had just taken a bigger deep breath,
Yeah.
maybe that SUV
Maybe
would have
that would
slid
do it.
right on by.
It is fortunate that there was no
Which
real severe
does
injuries.
bring us to that point where I do understand, because I've been on my way to work when you have, like, on the arterial where they'll do like two
The
in a
echelon
row.
plowing where they're taking
yeah.
up the whole thing. Yes.
And even on I think I've seen 3 in unison working on like Route 8.
Yes.
Or 12. But
or 5.
But as you're trying 5, 8, 12, what else is it? But you listen, they're out there. We would be complaining if they weren't out there.
Right.
It's just that they're in front of you when you want to get somewhere
Right.
faster.
So what happens with that is they're able to clear the entire roadway in one pass instead of going down one lane and leaving a
So
bunch
it
of snow
saves
in one
time.
lane,
It's more
coming
efficient.
back and doing the other lane, coming back doing the other, then the shoulder. everyone would be like, there's all this snow in the road.
Right.
So this is one pass, it's done.
Which, by the way, leaving all that snow on the road becomes a danger.
It's a hazard.
Yeah.
So, we do the best we can.
All right.
And we do understand the frustration. We do.
All
The
right.
plows only go 35 miles an hour.
They
tops.
do not go very fast.
Right.
That is for sure.
So we do
And,
have another meeting.
I do want to say, though, just the one takeaway from this is remember, they have cameras on the plows.
We do.
Wow. Didn't know that.
We do.
See, my takeaway was like, just slow down.
That is true. I
Just slow down.
You're absolutely correct. But
Don't crowd the plow.
If you're not, or if you're doing something stupid, they've got you on video. In this story, the
Karma will
Manansky-
nail you.
The
sooner or
Manansky
later.
story is proof that the video's out there.
That's correct.
Okay, one more.
One more. So we have our Village of Hamilton project, which has been in the works. We've had several meetings. Our first meeting was March of 23 that we went to the village residents and said, hey, we were looking to do this reconstruction project on 12B through the entire village. What do you want to see happen? Now here we are going back January 29th of 2026, again, for yet another meeting. And we have decided on our preferred alternatives for different intersections, different signals. It's a full reconstruction in the village of the pavement, drainage, new crosswalks. There's all kinds of things.
How long does this take?
A couple of years. It's going to be a few
years,
seasons.
Yeah. So there'll be some inconvenience.
Yes, it's going to be big. But we're coming back with this public meeting to give new designs for our preferred alternatives based on what the people wanted to have in a little more detail.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we're working on multi-use paths, and there's going to be places where they're not as wide as we had in the last time we talked to people. There's going to be talk about tree removal, what necessary trees we have to remove for drainage and things like that we're working on. And there's been a lot of talk about this, so I think it's going to be a well-attended meeting.
So this will go right through Hamilton.
The whole village.
Okay.
It's going to go from the town of Hamilton to the town of Madison through the whole village.
Will you still be able to get to Maxwell's?
Yes.
Okay. If you've ever been there, you'll know you got to be able to get your chocolate fix in.
You've got to get there. Yes.
Got to get there.
So yes, we will do our best to maintain traffic through the village. There will not be a detour per se. There may be limited areas when we're doing specific things in that downtown corridor.
Okay.
But generally,
some delays. When does that start?
We're looking. It's going to be let in the fall of 27.
Okay,
so
but now the meeting is on the 29th.
Yeah, the meeting is the 29th. It's at the Hamilton Library.
Okay.
It's 4 to 7, and it is an open house. So you can come at any time. There's no presentation. You can just look and see what you want to and talk to us about.
All right, good stuff. We
you.
appreciate it, Heather. Thank you so much. And Davey, Hobica's free money question of the day is coming up in a second. This morning, it is worth how much money? $200. Okay. You've been a little tight this week on your
tight
on your Hobica money, but we are at $200. We'll do that coming up after news, which is coming up at WIBX.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Need a part for your mobile home? John's Mobile Home Parts in Oriskany Falls has everything. Furnaces, skirting, combo doors, anything, everything. John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories, Skyline Drive, Oriskany Falls. On Facebook or johnsmobilehomeparts.com.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-518-1409.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-1409. That's 800-518-1409. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
We have cloudy skies, 38 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 7:36. Keeping an eye on a storm that could dump several inches of snow on the area. We'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up. The Justice Department claims there's no basis for an investigation into the fatal shooting of Renee Good by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche made the announcement Tuesday. Instead, the department is reportedly looking to investigate Good's widow, a move that's led to the resignation of 6 federal prosecutors. Human rights activists say over 2,500 people have been killed by Iranian authorities in the crackdown against the massive protests sweeping that country. The head of Iran's judiciary has indicated that there will be fast trials and executions for protesters being detained, despite warnings from President Trump. President Trump, meanwhile, says cities that provide sanctuary to illegal immigrants will lose federal funding on February 1st. Trump saying Tuesday that starting next month, his administration will not make payments to sanctuary cities, claiming they protect criminals at the expense of American citizens. The South Carolina measles outbreak is spreading. State health officials say over 120 new cases have been reported since last Friday, with the majority in Spartanburg County. The contagious disease is being reported across the U.S., which last year recorded its highest number of measles cases since 1992. And Bill, Netflix is preparing a revised all-cash offer for Warner Brothers Discovery's streaming and studio business. Netflix had already offered a deal worth $83 billion in cash and stock for the historic company. Paramount Skydance had attempted a hostile takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery's entire business. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:38.
Snow coming back after we get a few rain showers today, 43. And a winter weather advisory kicks in this evening through Friday morning as rain showers over to all snow later tonight and tomorrow. Scattered snow showers tonight and tomorrow with the gusty winds will make it a little tricky out there. We could see a few inches of snowfall. Right now, I think it's going to be a general 2 to 4 with more of the North Country. Still a chance of some snow showers Friday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies and 38 degrees at 7:39.
All right, we're going to do Hobica's free money question of the day. And this morning from the Hobica Law Firm, Davey, it's worth $200. And you are looking for caller number what?
Caller 5, Bill.
Fifth caller right now, 315-7. Did you stay up late to watch that Syracuse game?
No, I didn't even stay up. I listened to it on the radio like the first 20.
And then you snoozed.
And then I snoozed off.
A good win, another win for Syracuse. 315-736-0186 is the number. Your call right now, your chance to win from Hobica and WIBX. Looking for caller number 5.
Hurt in a car, call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Attention patriotic Americans. To honor the 250th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint is striking a groundbreaking American Silver Eagle coin. The 1776 to 2026 W American Silver Eagle is the first dual-dated coin in this series' history. Its inspiring dual date pays tribute to our nation's founding fathers, the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the spirit of the American Revolution that lives on today in 2026. Now is your chance to get this first of its kind dual-dated American Silver Eagle in perfect proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition, like nothing collectors have ever seen. But hurry, pre-sale slots are limited. With mintage of just 500,000 coins, this release is a true absolute rarity. Secure your 250th anniversary Silver Eagle now with Rare Collectibles TV exclusive pre-sale. Call 800-925-1544 now before they sell out. That's 800-925-1544. 800-925-1544.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Good morning, it's time to rise and shine. Another crappy day, it's off to work anyway as the snow and ice sets you behind. Just keep your eye on the wheel as Keeler goes on a spill. Just tune to 950 on your dial. It's Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, it's time for Hobica's free money question of the day, and a chance for somebody to win this morning. $200 is on the line. Comes from Hobica, the Hobica Law Firm, at 315-724-1600 for all of your legal needs. Gary is in Rome and ready to take a shot here. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
Are we ready? Are you?
Yes, sir.
This is $200. You know the deal. You'll have 7 seconds to answer the question. Get your answer in there, and here we go. This is yours. There are this is from the food category, the category of food or baking and cooking and all that. Thank you, Davey. There are 100 folds in a chef's hat, creases in a chef's hat. Each of the folds or creases represent 100 ways to cook what? Ready, go.
Pasta.
To cook pasta? Is that what you said, pasta?
Yeah, I don't know.
It actually is. I mean, if you did any cooking classes whatsoever, this is what they would tell you. You want to guess on this?
I'm going to guess bread.
100 ways to cook. Manaski, your father's a cook.
Salt. I have no idea.
Cook with salt?
I have no idea.
100 ways to cook an egg. It's an egg.
Oh.
No kidding.
Wow. I didn't know there were 100 ways to cook an egg.
I dispute this.
You do?
There's not 100 ways to cook an egg.
There probably isn't.
Can you name me 10?
Well, the problem you have with an egg is eggs are used in everything.
Yeah.
That's where you get to 100.
Right.
So
I'm not saying it's not in 100 recipes. I'm saying, what do you mean 100 different ways
I'm
to
just
cook
telling
an
you.
egg?
Listen, you think I make this crap up?
No.
I'm just reading you the answer to the question.
Just don't ask Guy Fieri that question. 'Cause
That's-
he hates eggs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Gary, I'm sorry you had such a.
Hey, no worries. That was a really good question.
A controversial question for Jeff over here. So
no.
All right, listen, we're gonna give.
Google it, Jeff.
We're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card, and it's good at the Comets games, Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook, Babes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So stand by. Davey's going to hook you up.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Happy New Year to y'all.
All right, Gary, thanks so much. Happy New Year. Stand by.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
What does it say?
There are countless ways to cook eggs, from basic methods like boiling, scrambling, and frying sunny side up over easy to more complex dishes like omelets,
frittatas,
quiches, souffles, with culinary lore suggesting 100 or more variations from through classic texts mentioning over 140 methods.
I have eggs every single day.
Wow.
And I try to cook them differently. I'll get on a kick where I'll do like an omelet every day for like 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'll switch it up and it'll be scrambled or a fried egg or over easy or soft boiled or, right? There's so many different ways too. And each one is a different meal. All right, coming up, Luke Perry. But before I get to Luke, I do want to squeeze in quickly, and we'll go more in depth with this. But I want to congratulate Marianne Buttonshaw on her decision. I believe she'll be greatly missed. She has decided she is not running for re-election in the Assembly. Marianne, good morning. And I don't know, do you say congratulations for something like this?
Well, real tough decision to make, but Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
I do have to say thank you on behalf of your whole team has always been very professional and cordial, looking to just get to the facts. And I think that's so important when, as a representative, you're looking for that type of newsworthy team. So
Well,
thank you for that.
I believe there are some people throwing eggs at the radio right now when you said that, but
100 ways.
100 ways. 100 ways to throw eggs at Keeler. Yeah, I like it. Okay, are you and your reason is? I mean, it's a rat race down there. I don't know how anybody handles it, to be honest. But what helped you make the decision?
Just to spend more time with family.
Yeah.
It is a 7-day-a-week job. It's pretty, as you stated, very rigorous. I mean, as you're in Albany, you never stop, and you're down there, and then when you come back, you gotta kind of catch up for the few days that you were down there. So I do have a beautiful family that's always been there to support me, and I look forward to spending more time with them. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities that I might choose to take on, but at this point I'm just going to focus on ensuring that the work I started will be completed over the next 11 months.
I saw in your announcement that you said there were many capable leaders locally to take the reins and represent this area in Albany, and the same day your announcement came word that Joe Bitar is running for the seat. Was that coordinated? Are you endorsing him? Any comment on his announcement?
No, that's out with the old and with the new, huh? That was quick.
It was quick, right?
I should have called Keeler.
That's right. I mean, listen, come on.
No, I think I just know that there is so many individuals that might express interest.
Yeah.
I have to say that that's fast, but I do know that he has worked hard in the city, and he's done a lot of positive work that I have seen as I've had different situations that I've had to reach out to him and ask him to assist, and he always responded. But at this point, I'm going to focus on completing my work.
Well, you got a long way to go. I mean, this is
Sure.
This going to be a long year. And by the way, the way
we still have a late budget to pass.
That's
I know
right.
that'll be coming.
The
Right?
way I would have responded to Jeff's question there, Marianne, is I would have said, well, the paint's not dry and he's already putting pictures on the wall.
That sounds like something my mother-in-law would have said.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling they were. He might have been waiting for you, respectfully, to announce that you weren't running, and news travels fast. So, Marianne, I would love to get you in studio, and would love to spend some time with. Obviously, we'll have you in several times as the year goes on, but we just wanted to congratulate you this morning.
Well, thank you. And Bill, Jeff, Beth, and Davey, thank you again always for your professionalism.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. That's Marianne
Thank you. Best of luck.
And, we're saying as if she's going somewhere, she's going to be here for the next 10 months, 11 months. So, all right, online right now, and I'm sorry it took us a while to get to you, Luke. Good morning. Luke Perry is a professor with Utica University and is the political science professor there, among so many other credentials. Luke, you were actually overseas for almost a year, right?
Good morning. Yes, 4 months. I was a distinguished Fulbright scholar in Hungary and guest lectured throughout Europe, making trips to 11 different countries as a representative of the State Department engaged in international education.
Wow.
So 4 months or a year?
4 months.
4 months. 4 months. Okay.
Fall semester, essentially.
Let me ask, what are people saying? There's a lot of activity going on in the United States.
A lot of questions about the U.S. government, what's going on at the top in terms of President Trump. Why is he doing what he's doing? So that was one major set of questions and again, concerns that Europeans had. And then there's a lot of knowledge in Europe of American government and contemporary issues. So a lot of specific questions about different policies and, again, what we're doing and why we're doing it. So my job was to try to contextualize American society, the actions of our government, and just provide nuance and exemplify the different perspectives that people have, because as we all know, we're a divided society in terms of these types of things.
Yeah, that must have been fun trying to explain it.
Yeah. How did you do it?
Well, yes, certainly it was a wonderful opportunity. The Fulbright program is exceptional. I'm a big proponent of it. The travel is grinding, and the conversations were tense. Europeans and Americans, particularly in terms of our government leaders, are not at a good place right now. So I felt fortunate to be in a position to try to build understanding and unity across these divides. But it was certainly challenging.
It is amazing how much they know about us and follow us passionately, this country, versus the fact that we probably don't follow them nearly the way they follow us.
That's absolutely correct. And certainly that starts with our power position in the world. Anybody that's interested in government anywhere else has to pay attention to the United States. But some of it's larger. They have a better understanding of geography, language. Their news consumption is just as much international as it is domestic, where Americans only consume about 15% of their news of international content. So there are some differences in American society that I think are worth considering and thinking about where we're at and where we want to go.
So where are we at? I've angered some people with my opinion on what's going on in Minneapolis. I feel that if there were police officers, ICE agents were police officers, they most likely would be fired today because police officers are trained to work with the public. These ICE agents are not. I can't believe what's happening in Minneapolis at the same time that the president is telling the people of Iran to get out on the streets and protest, and we have your back. What is your take on all of this? Because no one wants to hear mine.
It's a very difficult and challenging situation. On the one hand, I think Americans believe that we're a society of laws and the laws need to be enforced, and those include immigration laws. But as you point out, I think there are ways to do it that seek to promote peaceful conflict resolution and use force as only a last resort. And I think one of the challenges in the situation in Minneapolis was that things escalated quickly and got tense, and I think it would have been better for everybody involved in our society if more measures were taken to try to resolve that conflict peacefully rather than using force. But certainly when you're in a law enforcement position, as we all know, you have to make quick decisions that involve of life and death. And unfortunately, this led to a tragic outcome, and remains to be seen sort of what will happen legally.
As you've come back, it's almost like you came back to the. I'm sure you're following the things that are going on in the country while you're overseas. But when you get back, you find out that there used to be a normal news cycle, but with President Trump, there's always something happening. In fact, it might be happening overnight when you wake up in the morning. We were speaking with a reporter from Fox the other day who said, I sometimes can't keep up. I get up in the morning, people are asking me about what happened at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I had no idea. So what is your thought on just so many big things happening all at once?
Well, what stands out to me in terms of Trump's administration this time as compared to the first time around is that certainly I think he's focused on getting all that he can do done in the time that he has. I think in his first term he was worried about re-election. He listened more to senior Republican leadership in and out of office and sort of lifetime Republicans who have led the party formally and informally to some degree, right? He was still unconventional and allowed his personality to shine through in his first administration. But this time it's just totally different. I think he knows he's got a couple of years left. He's going to do what he wants to do, irrespective of whether it's popular, irrespective of his public opinion rating. And he's not concerned about elections in a traditional way. He's going to use persuasion, rhetorical force, everything he can to try to get his way. And so for me, that kind of stands out. So this is my last go around. I got reelected back to this office, which doesn't happen very much in the way that he did it. And we saw the first year was really focused on domestic issues, and the second year seems to be focused more on using his power internationally. So it's certainly a large volume of work and has many reverberations throughout the U.S. and the world.
And your thoughts? Do you? I mean, we are on the verge. I mean, the president is talking about punishing Iran for the way they're saying over 1,000 protesters have been killed. 2,500 now. Yeah. That have been killed in Iran, and the president is saying we are going to act. Meanwhile, our partners in the Middle East, including Israel, are saying we'd rather you don't. How dangerous is that action? And then I'd like you to follow up with Greenland and give me your take on that. But starting with Iran, I mean,
Iran is such a
it's like throwing match on a basket of kindling.
Iran is such a difficult situation, and I so feel for the Iranian people. It's a largely young society. I mean, 40% or so are middle-aged or younger, and they obviously want to change. They want more freedom and equality. They want better economic conditions, and it's very risky to go out in the streets under the current regime and express those attitudes and demand change. And we've just seen sort of, in short, a slaughter in recent days. So when you think about American foreign policy and pursuing our interests there, obviously a different regime would be in our interest, but there's high risk involved in terms of intervening militarily. Obviously, we have strong military might, so there would be an impact immediately if we were to exercise a military option. But then, of course, what comes next, I think would be extraordinarily challenging, kind of what we're dealing with in Venezuela to some degree. And we have to remember most Americans are not aware that we've intervened in the Iranian government before, and that led to this religious regime taking power because we propped up a government leader that they didn't like and they quickly overthrew. And that's one of the large reasons that particularly older Iranians do not like American government or Americans.
Not to mention that the Shah, I believe it's the Shah's son, some think could take control if there was a regime change. And in 30 seconds, Greenland, a strategic, I mean, your thoughts on the importance of Greenland?
Well, just kind of closing where we started, our relationships with Europe, I mean, that's our major historic alliance. And the idea that we would suggest that we're going to seize territory from an ally, and now it's supposedly a tactic to try to pressure them to sell when Denmark doesn't want to sell, Greenland doesn't want to sell. Where they're meeting this week. I mean, it's just it's a very unorthodox situation, and it's certainly unpleasant. So we'll see what happens.
Luke, we'll do it again soon, and what an honor for you to be going abroad. We thank you so much, and we'll do it again soon. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica.
From the WB Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The anti-ICE protests rage on in Minneapolis. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A week after the ICE shooting that left Renee Good dead in her SUV.
Yeah, they are going to stand up for their neighbors.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, Democrat, tells Fox and Friends in an interview airing this hour.
What we are seeing time and time again is unconstitutional conduct by ICE.
Homeland Security maintains Renee Good interfered with ICE agents, then drove toward one. Several federal prosecutors have resigned, reportedly not wanting to investigate Good's widow.
We have two federal sources telling Fox that the Department of Justice is sending in additional federal attorneys right now into the Twin Cities, that these new attorneys are aligned with the Trump administration's agenda, that they are going to be very aggressive in terms of prosecuting anything related to immigration here.
Fox's Matt Finn in Minneapolis. President Trump reiterated on Truth Social this morning he'll cut off federal funding starting in February to sanctuary states and cities, that after saying in a speech in Detroit,
they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens.
Iran is readying trials and executions in the crackdown on protesters, and President Trump urges them to keep demonstrating.
I say make Iran great again. You know, it was a great country until these monsters came in and took it over.
The U.S. Human Rights Group says more than 2,500 protesters have been killed, 18,000 detained. The Supreme Court could rule today on tariffs, and if President Trump exceeded his authority, imposing them on imports from around the world. He wrote on Truth Social, "We are screwed if the ruling is against him." This as the court considers this controversial issue.
What does it mean to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
We do not have a definition for the court.
That was attorney Kathleen Hartnett's answer to Justice Samuel Alito. She represents a transgender athlete in Idaho as that state and West Virginia asked the Supreme Court to uphold their bans on trans athletes playing in girls' and women's sports. America's listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. I'm Michael Naranjo, and I'm a veteran. Today, I'm a sculptor. My fingers are my eyes.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
With DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Greenland does not want to be under U.S. control, and Denmark, which controls the icy territory, opposes President Trump's push for an American takeover. And the foreign ministers of both will be at the White House today for talks with Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum, tells Fox Business,
Greenland plays a critical role in protecting both North America and Europe from incursion from Asia. And President Trump's absolutely right. That needs to be in control of someone who's even stronger than NATO. That's the United States.
Now, we heard from the president earlier from his speech in Detroit, where he also touted the economy. After going to a Ford trouble.
As President Trump was touring an F-150 truck factory in Dearborn, Michigan, a Ford worker shouted at him, "pedophile protector," apparently referring to the administration's handling of Jeffrey Epstein files. The president responded with a middle finger and mouthing the words "F you" twice. The White House calls it an appropriate and unambiguous response. TJ Sabula says he's been suspended from his job as a line worker at the plant pending an investigation. He tells the Washington Post, as far as calling him out, definitely no regrets whatsoever. And I don't feel as though fate looks upon you often, and when it does, you better be ready to seize the opportunity. He's 40 years old and says he's never voted for President Trump, but has voted for other Republicans and considers himself politically independent. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Speaking of pedophile accusations, Emmy Award-winning actor Timothy Busfield is jailed in New Mexico.
He faces 2 counts of criminal sexual contact with a minor and 1 count of child abuse. The charges involve twin boys who worked on the set of a TV show called The Cleaning Lady Busfield was directing. Busfield said in a video obtained by TMZ that he got a lawyer over the weekend and drove 2,000 miles to Albuquerque, that he plans to fight the charges, that they are lies, and that he never did anything wrong.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Actor Kiefer Sutherland arrested, charged, released on bond in Los Angeles, accused of threatening a rideshare driver early Monday. On Wall Street, falling stock futures suggest more selling today. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Cloudy skies, 38 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 8:05. Looking at a snow system, a weather system, rather, that could bring several inches of snow to the area. By tomorrow morning, we'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. This news update brought to you by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. Testimony resuming today in the manslaughter trial of an ex-Marcy Correctional Facility officer who is now charged with manslaughter, that being Michael Fisher. He is accused of standing in the doorway of an infirmary and not doing anything to prevent fellow officers from beating inmate Robert Brooks in 2024. Of course, he died from those injuries. Prosecutors say while Fisher never touched Brooks, he had a duty to stop the attack. Fisher's attorney claims his client didn't have any idea the assault could be fatal. If convicted, Fisher faces up to 15 years in prison. An investigation underway into what caused a crane accident at the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona. Crews were removing an exterior construction elevator when it collapsed. There were 5 people injured. They were all taken to nearby hospitals. No word on the extent of their injuries. Work is currently underway on a hotel expansion there. It's expected to be completed later this year. Governor Kathy Hochul pushing affordability for New Yorkers in her State of the State address. She laid out plans to invest in lowering the cost of child care, helping people save on their utility bills, plus bringing down expensive auto insurance rates. The governor also wants to crack down on ghost guns made with 3D printers and launch new online protections for kids. State lawmakers will decide if any of those proposals will be included in the state budget. The budget deadline is April 1st.
Coming up, we'll speak with Senator Jo Griffo on her State of the State. But I did find it very funny that some of the things that she has proposed are proposed by the Trump administration. She's trying to warm up to people upstate. It's an election year. She feels like she may need upstate a little bit. We'll see what Griffo has to say about that.
Assemblywoman Mary Ann Buttonshaw of the 119th Assembly District announcing she will not seek re-election. Buttonshaw has been the representative for the Utica-Rome area and the 119th District since 2019. She joined us last hour here on the Keeler in the Mornings show saying she will continue to work hard with her final 11 months in office, but looks forward to spending more time with family. And we already have an announced candidate for that seat, Bill. Joe Bitar, Utica Common Councilman, announcing he is seeking election for that seat. He currently represents Utica's 3rd Ward, South Utica, on the Common Council. He's also an attorney with the New York State Unified Court System. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is coming up on 8:09. Here's a look at what could be a messy Weather Center forecast.
Snow coming back after we get a few rain showers today, 43. And a winter weather advisory kicks in this evening through Friday morning as rain showers over all snow later tonight and tomorrow. Scattered snow showers tonight and tomorrow with the gusty winds will make it a little tricky out there. We could see a few inches of snowfall. Right now, I think it's going to be a general 2 to 4 with more of the North Country. Still a chance of some snow showers Friday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy and 38, and that winter weather advisory takes effect this evening at 7 o'clock, and it will last until 7 a.m. on Friday morning. All right, in sports, another win for the Syracuse Orange. Now 12-5 on the season. They beat Florida State late last night. 94-86 was your final. The Orange now 3-1 in ACC play. Donnie Freeman, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Syracuse hit 11 threes in last night's contest. Jackson Dart nominated for NFL Rookie of the Year. He is one of 6 finalists for the award. The winner is selected by a fan vote that runs through the end of this month. In Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin is out. Officially, he is stepping down. That's the word from owner Art Rooney. He said Tomlin informed him of his decision in a meeting on Tuesday. Tomlin coached the Steelers for 19 seasons. Of course, this news follows a blowout loss in the AFC wildcard round against the Houston Texans at home on Monday night. Tomlin holds the NFL record for consecutive seasons without a losing record to start his career. He was overall 201, 126, and 2 with the Steelers. News in Philadelphia, the Eagles making a change at offensive coordinator. He hasn't been fired, but he's being demoted. That's Kevin Patullo, the 44-year-old. Is allowed to stay on the coaching staff. That's what the head coach says, but he led a mediocre offense this season that ranked 19th in points scored in the NFL. NBA action, the Knicks will visit the Pelicans. No, the Knicks will visit the Kings coming up tonight. The Nets play at the Pelicans. And, Smitty, what's next for Syracuse? They hit the road?
Boston College on Saturday at 2 o'clock, Jeff.
Also, the attendance numbers last night, I checked that out because I thought maybe they would be a little light. They actually weren't. It was 18,000 fans in attendance at the JMA Wireless Dome last evening. So, late tip, but a lot of fans showed.
Beware, tomorrow morning they're saying the race agent who we talked to live earlier this morning said the peak of the snow and maybe freezing rain and slipperiness is going to be probably between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So for your commute tomorrow morning, be ready for that. And can you imagine? I mean, it seems like there are more coach openings in the NFL than I can ever remember before, right?
Yeah.
They're saying 25% of the league is now, as of right now, is without a coach.
Are we going to add this to the list of jobs that Americans just won't do?
It might be.
NFL head coach.
Are we going to?
They won't do it.
They just don't want this job.
Money's not enough.
Thankless. It's a thankless job.
Hard work, too.
Coming up, Senator Joe Griffo on the reaction to the governor's State of the State. We'll get to that also later in the hour. Ryan Nobles from NBC coming up at WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Berner was recently ranked number 10 on Forbes' list of the 100 most successful small-cap American companies for the year 2025. Now, that is a recognition earned by solving real problems for real people. And their mission is simple, designed to stop, not kill, non-lethal force, BYRNA.com. Berner creates launchers for everyone in the family. The newest Berner, compact, it's small enough to fit in a pocket or a purse, yet powerful enough to deliver real stopping power even 60 feet out. It gives you confidence to defuse a dangerous situation without having to resort to lethal force. I carry one every day, and I believe that every family and family member should have Berner within their reach. Now, it fires potent kinetic, tear gas, and pepper ammo rounds that can disable any attacker for up to 30 or 40 minutes. Law enforcement agencies all across the country now use Berner technology. Just visit BYRNA.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's Berner.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
It's the NFL Conference Championships Tailgate Party, Sunday, January 25th, 1 till 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer. A full tailgate buffet, drinks, multiple TVs, and over 50 auction prizes like New York Giants tickets, 5 tickets to a Buffalo Bills game, plus a pair of tickets to see Jimmy Taylor, February 7th at the Rome Capitol. $30 tickets benefit the Great American Heart Running Walk, Little Falls Hospital, Herkimer County Humane Society, and Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Sunday, January 25th, 1 to 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer from WIBX 950 at 92.3 FM.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the brand new Keeler Kill Switch. When that morning show starts yapping about something you can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and BAM!
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Good morning, and in studio right now is Senator Joe Griffo. Senator, good morning. And I got to get your mics on.
Good morning.
We're all good.
One more
now.
time.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you, Jeff and Beth. You look
Good morning.
Great.
Thank you.
You're probably very well fed here with Beth being here all the time. Wednesday,
you're
right?
absolutely
Most
right.
of the time I bring them food.
And healthy stuff, too, right?
Yeah.
She's
It
very
is.
good.
I mean, it's very healthy.
I know, but
yeah.
I was going to say,
I'm
let's be
trying.
honest. I stay pretty well fed most of the time, regardless of who's in here.
I had I was doing really, really well, and then because I had blood work. You always have to study for blood work, right? Prepare for it.
Sure.
Cheat the system any way you can.
Yep.
And so I did the blood work yesterday, and then I just fell off the wagon yesterday.
Well,
so
that's
I
a
gotta get
reward
back in.
for you.
It was kind of a reward,
Yeah.
and I was an idiot.
It's
So-
balance and moderation. That's what I've learned, right?
Yeah,
So
it
we
is.
could do
All
everything
about
in
balance.
moderation and try to keep balance. I think it's I probably preach it better than I practice it, but I mean
Yeah,
that's
I
really
agree.
great objectives.
All right, I felt like start naming some of the things that that Kathy Hochul talked about, the governor talked about yesterday.
I'm sorry. Can we do any reaction, Marianne? You're right across the hall from you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
I wanted to jump into that because I think it caught us off guard.
Yeah, I know that she was contemplating a lot of decisions in life, as she has a great family and everything. And I understand when people have to make a personal decision, so I respect that. It was great to work with her. I know she really cares about the community and really worked hard on behalf of the community. So we look forward to continue to work with her for the remainder of this session and the year, and wish her the best of luck.
Ditto is somebody, I guess, who worked for it was a short time, but
Yeah.
I agree. Worked hard and really cared about the area.
You worked for her for a while.
Yeah, it was like 6 months, I think. It's funny because Lance recently just messaged yesterday saying there's got to be an opening somewhere. Aren't you? You've been at IBX for a little too long again this time around. You'll be probably leaving soon. So sorry.
No, I understand. I mean, think about it. I'm at 14 years.
It's a good team right here. You
hell?
guys have put a very good team together.
Thank you.
And you got these special guests like guest hosts like Beth. I mean, she's that was kind of a suggestion if you
we
remember
talked
in
about
the conversation.
We talked about it quite a long time ago. Okay, as I was hearing some of the things the governor had proposed, she's going to eliminate state tax on tips. She's going to the affordable thing. She's going to make home heating more affordable. All this stuff. I'm like, she's clearly trying to say, see, upstate, I can work on both sides of the aisle here. It sounded a little Republican as she's running for re-election.
Well, I can tell you the highlight of the speech was the Syracuse University marching band yesterday.
Yeah.
So they did a great job coming out to open everything up. Then there were a lot of people there, which was good too. You had local officials like County Executive Pacenti and Mayor Galimi. It's always good to have them there. It's also an opportunity for us to interact with a lot of the department heads, which was a good thing for me yesterday because we have a lot of ongoing issues here, and most of them were in attendance, obviously. But your point is well made and well taken. And I think the concern that I had, and look, let's start with, first of all, this is a broad brush of how she hopes to paint her agenda for the year ahead. More of the specifics and details will come out next Tuesday. She's done that a little differently now, too, with the delivering the budget. In the past, the governor had involved the legislature. In the last few years, she has gone to the Red Room, which is a conference room right outside of her office, and only invited the press and the leaders of the legislature there instead of all the members of the legislature and everything, which her predecessor would always do. And actually, both two of her predecessors did that. So she kind of went away from that. So we'll see the details on Tuesday based upon some of the things she discussed and presented. But your point, again, if you listen to her, she is really embracing many of the concepts that we have been advocating for. And we have actually advanced ideas for, too, because a lot of people will then say, well, it's easy to criticize, but what are you proposing? And we have done that. We've tried to be very deliberative in that approach and saying, we're not only criticizing, we're giving you ideas. And there's always going to be in my opinion, a difference in approach. A perfect illustration is when you talk about getting more money into people's pockets. Last year, the governor's approach was to send you a $300 check. We believe that there should be a permanent reduction in the income tax rates so that it's not one-time relief, but it's all-time relief. So when you hit those points yesterday, and I want to make sure, Bill, that this is more than buzzwords, right? All of a sudden, it seems like the polling out there tells everybody, hey, the cost of living is too high. But we know that. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on. Exactly. This is the most taxed state in the 50, and this is breaking news to her?
And the exodus of the state. That's what concerns me. If you look at all the statistics, what she kept saying, more people are staying. No, they're not. They're leaving the state of New York. And you can see that in our population. We at one time were the second most populous state in the union. We're now the fourth. And you continue to see that exodus. And it's because of the high cost of energy. It's because of the high cost of the tax burden on people. It's a lot of this was music to our ears if she's true. Because if you, to what she's indicating, and we'll see that when she delivers the budget message, many of the items and issues that we have brought up, when you look at the high cost of electricity here, what are you going to do about it? Many of these things are as a result of the policies that she and the legislative majorities have put in place, like the CLCPA, as well as taxes, things of that nature. All of this has contributed to this burden on business and people. And so now to have her say, to have this, I'm calling it a election epiphany, that she now says, all right.
because there was no talk of getting mandates of electric school buses and mandates on big trucks. There was no talk of no longer can you have natural gas in your home. Right. All of that stuff has taken the back seat because it's not popular.
Right, and she knows that and recognizes that. And in one sense, I appreciate that, and I'm willing and ready to consider and review her proposals and consider them if they make sense and if they're realistic. But the concern is this a masquerade during an election year so that everybody can say, all right, she's now seen this, understands this, and I'm okay as long as she doesn't continue down that route. I could live with her. But that's the problem here. That's what we've got to.
I thought your statement was. I saw a few statements that came out, and you expect the Conservative Party to come out and have a pretty sharp rebuttal to the state of the state. Smullen came out pretty strong against the governor. I thought yours was very tentatively optimistic. And I noticed that. So
well, my point is, we legitimately have these issues. If there's a willingness and a readiness to truly address them and to resolve them, then I'll work with you on that. Yeah. I just don't believe that's the case, to be honest with you.
Or it might be the case until after November.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, and that would be devastating, quite honestly. And that's really the conversation that we have to have now. Prove it to me. Demonstrate it. And the perfect illustration of what you just said is on the school bus mandate.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. All we need to do, look at Bail. And Bail's a perfect illustration, in my opinion. She's indicated that they have indicated that they understand there's a problem and they've addressed it. No, they haven't. Yes, they've addressed it, but they've tweaked it and done nothing.
With a press a press release, not legislation to correct it.
Yeah, essentially it was like they did something to say they've done something which amounts to nothing. And the way you could answer that just initially, and I think we need to completely revise that, revisit it and revise it, actually. And so right now you should get rid of what they did and start all over. But the easiest way to do it, if you were true and genuine and determining that, yes, we made a mistake here and we should do it differently, would be to give the judges the discretion and the flexibility to make the determinations.
Right.
But they even refuse to do that. Yeah. So I don't want to hear verbiage anymore. I want to see action that'll truly result in a better New York.
The thing that I really don't understand is I see. Turn those back. I'll take care of it.
He was a little.
I'll take care of that. The thing that I don't.
Am I missing something?
No. The thing that I don't understand is
I thought it was last call here. Let's keep going on.
The thing that I don't understand is she's going to get the Democratic vote. It's there. Who else are they going to vote for?
Delgado. Right? She does have a primary this year.
Yeah, but she's up by like 50 points on him. I mean, I don't know that. At least right now, she seems to have an easy ride there.
Did anybody cover him the other night in Utica? I spoke to him.
I know.
He was in the chamber, and we had a conversation before he came in. We talk about Colgate sports a lot because, as you know, he's a Colgate alum. I don't know how that went, like whether people showed up, because is that a viable primary where people do have that choice, as you indicated?
Yeah, probably as of right now, not. But I do think she's worried that maybe a moderate's going to get into the race, and that could be trouble for her.
So I think it's possible, but I think unlikely. I think what she's doing is exactly what you indicated earlier, that she is playing to the upstate audience now, to the constituents up here, because she does recognize that many of these policies that she's embraced and supported and actually led. Remember, that's what, with a lot of criticisms yesterday that she was launching, people kind of forget that she was the lieutenant governor. It wasn't like she just came on the stage. So she didn't do what her lieutenant governor did. I mean, he actually separated himself from her when he disagreed with her.
Yeah.
So she can't say she didn't do that. So a lot of these things that she's now saying, look at what I'm doing and how bad it was. Well, you were part of what was bad that you're pointing the finger of blame at. And so that's my concern. Like on mandate relief, I'll give you another illustration quickly here. What can you do on mandate relief? Everybody says regulatory reform and relief. We've got a number of proposals on that. Mandate relief. I've had a bill that was co-sponsored with Assemblyman Brindisi at the time. It's a simple concept. If you and Dr. Timms will tell you this too. We've talked about it. Here it is: an immediate moratorium on all mandates. A mandate review commission, which is something Cuomo did, but the difference in what I'm proposing is it would involve the stakeholders, the people from education and everything, not just the politicians.
She did tiptoe into that when it came to home building, try to inspire new home building.
The carrot and the stick.
Only a little bit. You're saying she needs to go all the way.
Right. And then the last thing would be there are going to be mandates, but you accompany the mandates with funding.
Yeah.
Because then before you do something, you're going to say, well, wait a minute, we're going to have to pay for this if we tell them to do that. So there's a solution.
Yeah.
Some people say to me, well, what's your idea? There's an idea, right? So if she's true about mandate relief, regulatory reform and release, let me see something like this. What I think we're going to see is these minor tweaks so she can say, look at what I'm trying to do for you, or to do something that she knows the majorities in the legislature will not support so she can say, I tried. But that's not true leadership. And to me, that's a masquerade in order to get reelected. And then, as you indicated, we're really going to deal with some challenges moving forward.
Why not offer incentives for school districts to go with an electric bus or a fleet of electric buses? Because there are some districts that it would work for. But there are many that you can't, this carte blanche, everybody's got to do it by 2030.
There it is. I think we just found a moderate candidate for governor, Keeler for governor.
I'm going. I'm going.
Well, it's almost the corporate approach to government, right? One size fits all. It'll work in this district. It'll work in that one.
Yeah.
But there's dangerous trends here, too. And she even acknowledged it yesterday when she talked about housing, when you talked about it. The first time, if you remember, it was going to be, we'll tell you what to do. And there's a lot of money here. And we'll tell you where you got to build it, how you got to build it.
Yeah.
There was pushback, thankfully, on that. And then finally, as she indicated yesterday, I tried the stick, now it's the carrot. So now what she's saying, I've got all this money, and if you want it, you can do it, and we need it. However, if you do take the money, you've got to do A, B, C, and D, which is what she wanted to begin with.
And I guess that's okay, right? I mean, you see it with grants. You got to use this grant a certain way.
So the community needs to be aware of that, though, and understand that.
Be careful what you ask for, because you might have to.
And on the school bus mandate, as you indicated, the easy thing is exactly what you said. Because right now, this is also laughable, where they say there's funding for it. I have my colleague from Westchester who says there's money there.
It would be billions of dollars.
Well, the cost, the money in the budget is $500 million. The cost for over 700 school districts is $10 billion.
$10 billion. Well, there you go. Where are we going with that?
That's why you lose. There's an erosion of confidence in government.
I understand.
Because you play with words.
Let me bring Mike in. He has a question for you. Headphones right there. Davey has them right and ready for you. Thank you, Davey. Mike, you're on with Joe Griffo.
Good morning, guys. I'd just like somebody to answer, where does all the money come from? I work in a sporting goods store, and they now pay a fee for ammunition and firearms. $9.50 for a firearm, or $9 for a firearm, $2.50 for ammunition. At the end of the year last year, I'm looking at the number, because every time we do one, today when I go in there, there's going to be 100,000 applications already processed in New York State. Last year, there was billions of dollars. We pay taxes for everything we do, and then we get an extra fee. Snowmobilers get an extra fee. Boaters get an extra fee for a captain's license. All that money goes to general fund, right? But so somebody needs to put that big umbrella picture. Here's how much money you stole from your taxpayers, additional fees to your taxpayers, and how did you dole it out?
Yeah.
Where did that money go?
How do you
respond? And Mike's making an excellent point. I obviously agree with him. And here's another statistic for you. A lot of times we'll criticize the fact that we're under one-party control. And some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle will say, well, it's the consequence of an election. The people had a choice, and they made the choice. Well, I think a lot of times people aren't looking at everything as Mike has just painted the picture overall. In the last 6 years, since she has been governor and lieutenant governor, and under the one-party control, the legislative majorities, there has been an $84 billion increase in spending. And they've tried to, when she talks about the lowest middle class tax
So that's
cut,
where the money Mike's talking about is
exactly,
is going.
but they're spending.
Right.
It's unsustainable spending, and that's
Here's
where we have to
here's-
reprioritize.
Yeah.
And so this is the
Here's
issue right
here's
now.
my-
And our
Hold on,
proposal
Mike,
to
hold
that,
on,
our
hold on.
proposal to that is to impose a constitutional spending cap on the state of New York. So like a 2%,
Yeah.
like we do with local governments.
Mm-hmm. Mike, go ahead.
Here's my frustration. My uncle, lifetime Democrat, right? He's going to vote Democrat. It's not the same party. And until people realize what that party's doing and how much money they're taking and reappropriating, paying for hotel rooms in New York City, whatever it goes to, until people start seeing that dollar and cents, and they say, wait a minute, I'm getting screwed here. I go to work every day, and my money goes out the window. I can't make an honest living. I can't get ahead in life, and all these people are getting a free ride. I don't mind paying my fair share, but somebody shows me where my fair share stops, where everybody else contributes, and where that money's being spent.
Yeah.
Well, don't keep taxing me and taking. You like to shoot a gun, so now you got to pay extra for ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
and nobody knows that.
It
Nobody
is
knows that. It's a
ridiculous,
little hidden
and the points you're making.
Joe, I'm going to hang up and let you listen to his answer, all right? I'm
Yep.
sorry, Mike, I'm going to hang
Mike,
up.
yeah.
Joe, we can't hang up on him.
I was gonna
tried.
hang up on
You
Joe
can
anyhow.
turn my
Thanks,
mic
guys.
off. You've done that before.
All right, Mike. Well, sometimes, it just, humming.
You're in control.
What are you going to do?
No, so the point.
For the record, my wife is like, I hate it when you turn people's mics off. So, well, I haven't done it in quite a while. You were the last one, I think.
So let me just get to
Yes.
his last point there, because this is important too. What we're seeing here now is sometimes they'll say we have not raised your taxes because they know there's resistance there too, or people saying, what are you doing? You're raising taxes. So what have they done? They've gone to these revenue enhancers, these fees that have now been placed on everything. And there's another way to generate revenue, or the creation of these public benefit authorities like the Thruway Authority and things that they exist so they can say it's not us, or when the utilities come for a rate hike, it's the Public Service Commission that makes a decision, not the government officials. So we've got to recognize there's got to be a true realization and recognition that we got a problem.
Yeah.
Now she's mouthing the words. I just don't know if the actions are going to be sufficient. I said that, if you remember the statement yesterday, too. We need more substantial and substantive kind of initiatives that truly deliver results. And I don't see that right now.
Yeah, I completely agree that it's got to be not about words. It's got to be about action and legislation. Let me say this, though. The idea that she's trying to pander or placate maybe upstate or moderate voters, I don't know that I buy it. The trend in New York is Mamdani, AOC is going to unseat Schumer. At least that's what we hear. It's more left, not back to the center, right? I mean, even though that
she's still got a very large upstate that she has to deal with, even though that population is so large in the city. And you also have a bit of a divided. I know that Mamdani did really well, but you still have a lot of Democrats that don't necessarily support Mamdani.
Yeah, when you look at the
elected or voters.
Voters.
I don't know.
You do. I mean, you really do. That whole
He
Jewish
blew
vote,
out.
I understand that. I know he won big. I'm just saying there's still a lot of people, and you don't know how he's going to perform. That's what I think she's kind of standing back. How are people going to react to whatever policies? And by the way, he's backing off some of the stuff he promised during the campaign.
Well, some of that is going to be just as a former mayor,
right?
You've got to run a municipal operation.
Yes.
It's really a public corporation.
Yeah, once he gets there, he realizes it can't be done.
But he'll try, though, in my
Yeah,
opinion, because
yeah.
he is a true ideologue. And that's the concern. We talked about this once before when I looked at all these mayors that were winning primaries last year and now have become mayors in some of the big five here across New York. They were talking about federal issues. When I'm thinking, what are you going to do to keep our neighborhoods safe, to keep the streets clean? And I talked to a former mayor yesterday, a big city mayor, who started laughing, saying, yeah, they're all different now, and they really need to focus on operations. So that will take – he'll have to handle that, because if not you remember Jane Byrne. I'll never forget this. Remember Jane Byrne was a mayor of Chicago, the first female mayor elected in Chicago, and their primaries are in the spring. They had a massive snowstorm in Chicago when she was up for her reelection. She had done a pretty good job. People liked her. they didn't do a great job on that snowfall, and people were going into the voting booths like a week later. She lost.
Yeah.
She lost. And it was like.
How many times have you heard the advice from somebody, political advice, saying, pick up the garbage, plow the streets, and is there another one?
Keep them safe.
Keep everybody safe, right, and public safety.
Oh, wow.
Back to your issue, though. I got to tell you one thing that you're forgetting. I think, just my opinion, and we'll hear from Joe. You're saying she doesn't need to placate to upstate.
No, I'm saying it's not legit. It's just some words.
I understand. I get
words
it. I'm
in
not,
the state of the state.
I'm not challenging that, but I think she's trying. Those words are trying to pick up votes. Remember, what she really wants is a big win, not just to win downstate. She wants to win by a lot. And correct. I mean, listen, you know what it's like. Do you want to win by 5 points or do you want to win by 20, Joe? Right? I mean, it's just
40.
inside of us. Or 40. Now you're being cocky.
No. I mean, no, the bigger the better, as you said, in a decisive victory. Because then you say you have a mandate, right? And then you can go govern accordingly, whether or not you do. I think the interesting part here is, though, when you look at the polling that's done, and we have Zogby in our area, right, who does this, when you see that still 58, 59% of the people are saying the state is heading in the wrong direction, they're dissatisfied. But yet she still leads in the polls over all her opponents.
By 40 and 20 points.
And that's a disconnect that I'm trying to have a better understanding about. Now, some of that is brand loyalty. You know, when you start in New York City, you start with a pretty heavy vote because they just go in there and vote for the party, the label, as opposed to the individual. But I'm hopeful as we continue to educate people and they see this, and if they truly want to better New York, if they want to make us, they want to stay here, not have to leave here, we've got to have change. And we'll see what she does, though, as I indicated, and you said it.
You're being optimistic.
If she wants to really do something to change the state, we'll work with her, even though I believe that there are better alternatives, that Bruce Blakeman would be a better alternative.
I'm really wondering why she's so popular in Buffalo, the city of Buffalo. I don't understand.
She roots for the Bills.
That's it. Not only that, but look at that stinking stadium. How much? I mean, we're all paying for that stadium.
Well, she bragged about it yesterday. And that's $1.5 billion of taxpayer money.
Yep.
And
that's what I mean.
And should the government have a role in that? That's also the NFL's problem, because the NFL's smart. They know how to try to make sure you want to you want a team in your city. You know, you got to come up. You know, ante up, but. I think, and it's Pagula, who's a multimillionaire, right? That could have, really did more probably. Mm-hmm. And I don't actually blame him if he can get a better deal.
If you can get it paid for.
But it's her fault, though, because as a government, should you be involved to some degree, you're going to have to in this current environment to be competitive and to keep a team. But on the other hand, you need to expend $1.5 billion. I don't want to offend the Bill fans there, but...
well, listen, I still think a retractable roof would have been nice.
Absolutely. If you look at it, and the option now, they're saying, well, Pagula didn't want it. You want the elements. Well, you could still
have the elements.
Absolutely. I mean,
we decided to leave the roof open.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, the other thing, though, she did yesterday, it's kind of funny, is I know you're not a Bills fan. You're Giants, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm a half a Bills fan,
Right. Well, the New York team you have to root for. But the one thing she talked about when she wanted families are growing, and in order to stay here in New York and be a part of New York, she put the picture up of Josh Allen, right? And in all fairness, again, Josh Allen isn't a New York State resident. He probably lives in California. Right. Jim Kelly lived in New York and stayed in New York, right? Jim Kelly still lives in Buffalo.
There are a lot of – Buffalo's a unique animal.
Herman Thomas.
A lot of the Buffalo Bills players, they end up residing when they retire. They reside in Buffalo.
Jack Kemp.
Yeah, they all seem to
we'll see if they can attract Josh to stay in Buffalo, but I don't think so.
I think his wife's going to be really busy. Quick, and then I break.
Two questions. John in Deerfield. With the Senator
busy in Hollywood, by the way.
With the Senator in studio, can you ask why home heating oil, which is the same as diesel, just doesn't have the vehicle tax applied, costs more per gallon than fuel at the gas station? Do you follow that, what I said? the question
Not
there?
completely, but if you want to call our office, I'm happy to look into that. I don't have an immediate answer for that right now.
He says, I see diesel costs at $3.60 to $3.99 with several options under $3.80 a gallon.
Heating is more.
Fuel oil starting at $3.80 a gallon. Is there some tax being applied to home heating oil to artificially inflate that cost? You said you can look into that maybe?
Yeah. You feel free to contact us at 793-9072 is our line, 315.
One more. Paul says, doesn't Hochul's husband have the concessions at the new stadium, the concession contract?
Well, he was involved with Delaware North, but I don't know exactly what he has or doesn't have. I don't want to get into that kind of a thing right now.
This goes back to the whole thing of if you're governor, if you're a council person in Utica and you have a friend or you have a business relationship, you can't run for office and just give up all of your, certainly Trump has
there
done
are
that.
ethics that they have to comply with. Right. They have to comply with ethics, and I'm sure that's being done, obviously, because if not, you would have an investigation.
Yeah.
But you said there are also the appearance.
Doesn't he do
the appearance? Correct.
Doesn't he have something to do with the food on the thruway too? Or is it? I think it is. No, I don't know. Stand by. We'll come right back. And I believe we'll have Ryan Nobles coming up in a second. Senator Joe Griffo in studio. If you have questions, 315-736-0186.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ROAD to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
The Save of the Day Foundation is dropping the puck on a raffle where you can win big. $75,000 cash or a 2026 Chevy Corvette. That's right. One ticket, two powerhouse prizes, and only 2,000 tickets will be sold. Tickets are just $100, and every entry supports the Save of the Day Foundation, helping our community win off the ice. The drawing is January 31st during the Utica Comets game, and you don't have to be in the building to score. Don't miss your shot. Cash or Corvette. Get in the game now at saveoftheday.org.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, in studio here this morning, Beth is here, by the way. Beth, who does the public market.
Yep.
We're off. You're off this week, but
off for this week, on next week. Yep.
Senator Joe Griffo in studio. Good morning.
Good morning. We're getting ready for the spring market, right?
Oh, we're always looking for spring.
Man. We were just talking about it. Rome has gotten a lot of snow.
You got to ski Woods Valley because it's probably better than Colorado. So if you like skiing and snowboarding, get over to Woods Valley.
Actually, Colorado, according to my son, has been extremely warm, oddly warm this year, and it's costing them up in the mountains a little bit. They still get the snow up there, but it's been warmer.
Yeah, they got to travel for it a little more this year.
Yeah. We have Bo for Joe.
Okay.
Bo, good morning. You're on with Senator Joe Griffo.
Good morning, Bill and Senator Griffo. How you doing?
Good. Good morning, Bo.
Senator, I got a question for you. You and Marion Buttonshine had sponsored a bill to allow judges and prosecutors to conceal carry when they attend court at night throughout the district. I was just wondering how that bill is coming along.
Well, thanks for the call, Bo. We continue to push for the bill, but we have a mindset, as you know, in the legislature and the majorities right now that are very reluctant to consider some of this type of legislation. So we're going to continue to work and push for the legislation to be considered for vote. I can never guarantee that right now. I think before, when we had divided government, I could give you an assurance that at least the Senate would take the bill up. But many of my colleagues have very strong opinions the other way and are unwilling to even let some of these pieces of legislation come up for a vote. My point is, let it come up for a vote, then you then you do what you want to do. So.
And what would be, having someone in the courtroom, like a judge, to potentially take out someone who is about to do something really, really bad? I'm not sure that's a terrible thing.
No, Bowen has done a great job with Scope, and we've gone and spoke to them about some of the legislation and the impact it has on individuals as well as society.
Anything else, Bo?
Yeah, because we just had recently we had DA Todd Carvel at our meeting this past week, and he said that a lot of his ADAs go to the meeting, to the courts, and there's nobody there to protect those ADAs.
Yeah. Oh, that's a problem. That is definitely a problem. All right, Bo, we'll get you in studio sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
That legislation reads, and I know we have the senator here, allows certain judges, justices, and criminal prosecutors to carry a concealed firearm in court where no magnetometer, thank you, or security personnel is present. I can't believe they can't do that now. Why can't they do that now?
Well,
even a judge who's got a concealed carry permit isn't allowed to carry in his own courtroom?
Well, you remember when they created the new safe laws that they're calling them or whatever, it makes it very difficult to be anywhere. Even though you have the Supreme Court decision on concealed carry, Hochul and the majorities then went in and made it where you basically, if you, in my opinion, if you have a concealed carry permit now, it's really meaningless because you can't carry it anyway.
Yeah.
There's so many places
you actually could carry it more before than you can now.
Well, I think and we've talked to Bo about this, since Andrew Cuomo has left office and since she has been there, very quietly, with the majority, very quietly, there have been a lot of different laws that have been passed in that realm of the SAFE Act, and that's where a lot of this ammunition, these fees for ammunition, all of this, that's where all of this stuff came from, really, in the last 5 or 6 years.
Right. And the thing, again, is, nobody's against, reasonable discussions and conversations, without infringing upon constitutional rights. And but that's not what happens. It's really, and it's really, these laws are put on to that impact law-abiding citizens, because a criminal's not going to follow these. Somebody who has bad intentions is not going to be obeying or respecting the law, and that's the problem that we have. We have to go after illegal stuff. And
in your duties, do you ever? We're going to bring Ryan in. He was actually on a hit on TV, so we're going to bring him in a second. Do you ever have these situations where you have to go cut ribbons for new businesses that might be opening?
particularly where they have antiques.
Where they might have antiques.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to be somewhere at 10 a.m. this morning. Are you guys going to be there?
I'll stop in.
All right. Yeah,
Shaking hands.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
What's he going to look like, though? Is he going to be portraying himself in some different role? 'Cause
You
he's
never
an actor.
know.
He's an actor, right?
He is. He may be like Hugh Hefner or something.
But I got to give him
sitting there in a smoking jacket. I could see it.
A smoking jacket.
Actually, I think it's one of the pictures. One of the pictures he sent to me was kind of like that.
Well, good luck,
Angelo,
good luck, Angelo.
It's Handshake Antiques opens in New Hartford. The official
66 Genesee
grand opening is today. Ryan Nobles from NBC. Ryan, good morning.
Bill, you didn't tell me you're going to have my former boss on. Is he here? Is that giving me a hard time?
Can I say something, Ryan? Everybody's proud of you. You do an extraordinary job. You're not only great at the profession, but you're a good person. And I'll tell you a funny story because I was trying to help somebody that had an issue with the Today Show, and I did talk to their executive producer, and I know somebody that's a VP at NBC Universal. So when I was talking to this individual, the producer, I mentioned the other person. She said, well, I'm not familiar with her. And I said, well, you know Ryan Nobles? She goes, oh, Ryan? And so you're all over the place, buddy. I could use your name, and then everything went smooth.
Well, you know, the executive producer of the Today Show is a New Hartford native. So
The senior executive is, yeah. And we didn't call her, but it was like one of the juniors down there. We were trying to do that with for Jennifer Belanger, who wrote the song for Olaf. On World AIDS Day, and we're just trying. It was a good thing, and we did get a good conversation and dialogue.
Well,
but your name opened the doors, Ryan.
I got to tell you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
I tried to get SNL tickets and used Ryan's name, and they were like, Ryan who? It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, Ryan has tried to get SNL tickets, and they were like, Ryan who? So,
I think I was talking to Ryan when he said, Ryan who? I think you got the wrong number. All right. Listen.
Well, it shows that he's well respected within the.
Yes, no doubt. All right, we have a few. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Right.
No, I was just going to say it's a true story that in my first interview with execs from the Today Show, I mentioned that I worked in Utica, and they'd all been in Utica that weekend for Libby Lee's wedding. Who's from New Hartford.
Yes.
Hoda and Savannah and the whole crew was in Utica that weekend, and I really think that opened the door for me too as well. So it's a two-way street.
There you go.
And very proud of all these individuals from this area who have gone on and done great things in a variety of disciplines.
Ryan, I've got 5 minutes left. Davey, can I go to the top? 5 minutes. We're going to talk 1 minute about the world affairs, which are just, I can't even. Yeah. And then we have some bills to talk about. Not bills to pay, bills to talk about quickly. What were you on? You were on did you cover the president's middle finger last night? Was that
ended up being part of my story, because I was on Bill Clinton and his defiance of a congressional subpoena on the Epstein files. And I actually think it's an interesting story. But, I get a lot of heat on your program, maybe not for giving Democrats a hard enough time, but I think this is an example of Bill Clinton. His name has popped up in the Epstein files as much as anybody, and the House Oversight Committee wants to ask him some questions about it. He has refused to do so, and now he's likely going to be held in contempt of Congress. And that's a real threat. If they hold him in contempt of Congress, it could be referred to the Justice Department for prosecution. And there are other individuals and examples of people that defied congressional subpoenas, Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, who ended up in jail. And the Clintons yesterday in their letter to James Comer, the chair of the committee, recognized the threat that this could end up with them in prison. So I don't think this is something that the Clintons can just kind of turn the other way and not address. I talked to Ro Khanna, who's a Democratic congressman, who thinks that they should have come in and they should have answered the question.
So this is not as you'll hear from Hillary, that it's a Republican conspiracy, witch hunt, whatever. That's where all of this started. Trump didn't just make all this up. This came from back during Hillary, the conspiracy stuff. But I thought their excuse was somewhat ridiculous, saying it's time for, there comes a time where Americans need to stand up, and this is our time. Really? I mean, and meanwhile, as that statement is up there, we're looking at photos of some young female with Jeffrey Epstein and the young female sitting on Bill Clinton's lap.
Right. Listen, I think the thing that Clintons don't understand about this, and I don't think Donald Trump understands it either, is that Americans want justice for the Epstein survivors.
Yes.
And they don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, if Republicans or Democrats are guilty of being involved with him. They want everyone held accountable. If you're a Democrat, you want Democrats to be held accountable. And I think the Clintons think that somehow the base of the Democratic Party is going to rush to their support. But I think if they think that there's any possibility that Bill Clinton is implicated in this, or at the very least knows something about what happened with people that were involved in Epstein, he should come clean and tell that story.
Yeah,
and
I
don't
agree.
think that he's going to be given a pass just because he's a former president and a Democrat.
Okay, that was important to talk about, and I think that's not going to go well for them. But, man, what a win. Buffalo this weekend in Denver. I have a minute, Ryan. What do you think?
I told you last week the winner of that game would be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. I still feel that way. I had a very low confidence going in to the Jacksonville game. I would say that I feel a lot better about their path now. I think they match up extremely well against Denver. They will definitely have some challenges on the road, hostile environment, a receiving core that is seems to be more decimated by the day. I think that probably another one of them will probably tear their ACL walking into the team room today. But I think that the Bills have got a real opportunity here. The window is open. This is as clear a path as Josh Allen has had, despite the fact that it's all going to be on the road. And I feel pretty good about where things stand. I'm going to come to regret to tell you that next week when we talk.
Well, let's hope not. So far, you've been good. And by the way, you were able to be in the stadium the next to the last game played at Highmark Stadium. Pretty cool experience right there.
I'm glad I got that opportunity.
Yep.
So it's been exciting.
All right, Ryan, thank you. We'll talk next week. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Good to talk to you, Joe. All right.
WIBX Utica Road, W295
From the WB Tain Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Iran is getting ready to crack down on protests even harder. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Planning fast trials and executions. President Trump tells CBS News.
We will take very strong action. If they do such a thing, we will take very strong action.
After also telling Iranian protesters, keep demonstrating and help is on the way.
The 26-year-old protester is reportedly scheduled to be hanged today by the Iranian regime who accuses him of crimes against God.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the White House.
For more than 2 weeks, protests have been growing inside Iran. A human rights group says more than 2,000 people have been killed.
President Trump keeps pushing to take over Greenland, posting on Truth Social this morning the U.S. needs it for national security, adding NATO becomes more formal.